Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for attending our first Agent Summit event for the year 2021, pushing against the tide and winning the market. And together we are celebrating how we have persevered through the most difficult challenges from the pandemic and our amazing achievements as an industry. Now, we will be starting very, very soon. We'll just give other attendees, other agents about maybe 5 minutes more to join us. So do hang around. We will start at 2:05 p.m. Also, a quick reminder to all of you who have signed up for Agent Summit and attend the full event, you will be eligible to earn 2 non-core CPD points. But do note that the issuance of the non-core CPD points is also subject to your respective agency KEOs and their approval and processes. All right, we have an amazing array of top industry leaders speaking at our event today, and a very attractive promos to be announced by our CEO, Darius Cheong, in a bit. So hang on, stay tight. We will start at 2:05 p.m. All right, it is 2:05 p.m. now, and as promised earlier, we will be starting our session right now. Now, hi everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you, and thank you so much for joining us, 99 Group's first ever Agent Summit event for the year of 2021, pushing against the tide and winning the market, and also celebrating with us how we have persevered through the most difficult challenges from the pandemic and our amazing achievements as an industry. Now, we would also like to thank Oxley for supporting our first ever virtual Agent Summit event. And as we transition in between speakers throughout this event, Oxley will also be sharing with all of you 3 of their latest projects. Now, before I hand over to our first speaker, I would like to quickly remind everyone that all of you who have signed up for Agent Summit and attend the full event will be eligible non-core CPD points, but also do note that the issuance of the non-CPD points is still subject to your respective agency case approval. Now we have a great array of. First up, we have Darius Chong, who is the CEO of 99 Group, who will be sharing with us about 99 Group's new beginnings in 2021 and why data is king. Over to you, Darius.
Hey everybody, very warm welcome to our Agent Summit 2021. This really is a new beginnings. In fact, this is the first time I've really spoken in a webinar with so many hundreds of people. I think this is the first time we are doing Agent Summit online. Hopefully the last time. And looking at the global vaccination rate and looking at how Singapore's cases, it looks like we are about to open up. And travel will be back, business is back, we'll continue to be growing as a market. In fact, as we were planning this Agent Summit back in second half of last year, we were thinking that this would be about pushing against the tide. But, you know, really, I think looking forward, I almost feel like it's already changing. If you see the property market is continue to rise, I think this is not just about pushing against the tide, it is in fact about capturing new opportunity, being ready for a new influx of activities. So thank you again very much for being here. And of course, I think just a quick introduction, self-intro. I'm the CEO of 99 Group. We are the fastest growing real estate platform in Southeast Asia. In Singapore, of course, we run the brands of 99.co, and in just the last year alone, we've acquired iProperty and SRX, as you might know. I won't bore you with the rest of the stuff and jump straight into it. So today's agenda is really 4 things. We give you a little bit of 99 Group update, and also to talk a little bit about one of the new products on how you can maximize your listing views and credibility, as well as to be able to get more leads for it. But the main topic is really be able to get ready for the future with data, and to share a little bit more with our new packages. And yes, so stay alert, stay awake. There's exclusive package promos to be announced, only valid for today. So just a little bit about 99 Group. We in our Q1, we have achieved over 10 million monthly page views, which is, you know, internally is a very, very big milestone for us. And we are very grateful for all of your support to make that possible. Without your support, we certainly wouldn't be able to be around after, you know, 7 years now, 8 years running, to continue to strive to be one of the largest property portals in the market. And we've also generated 1.5 million leads over the last 1 year for all of you. And hopefully you've gotten a lot of business from us and continue to help you grow your business. In particular, I think year on year, we've grown significantly. I think for us, the most important is growth. So for us, we've grown our page views almost 120% year on year compared to Q1 last year. And in terms of number of leads, almost 150% year on year. And of course, all of this is a lot of hard work, blood, sweat, and tear of our team. But some of this might be quite evident to you if you just take out your phone or your computers and try to Google it on property portal or property website and many other keywords as such. You would find that we actually rank quite on top. In fact, because we now own 3 brands, 99.co, iProperty, and SRX, you would in fact often find that for these keywords, we would occupy 3 out of the top 5 results. Now, as a consequence, of course, that means that all of your listings, that if you have them on 99, and they will be ported across all three portals, and you will be able to gain exposure from all three portals. We all know that consumers buy property maybe once in every 5 years, 7 years. Most often than not, their starting point is still Google. They would Google, Bishan HDB, Bishan condo for sale, and they end up finding one of our websites, and we have 3 out of the top 5 results, and hopefully you actually benefit from this exposure. But of course, not just on search. This is something that we have succeeded in a great way over the last 1 year. But also, we continue to invest, whether it is, our content, which of course get a lot of audience. It's very, very popular. But also investing in social advertising as well, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I'm sure you've seen some of this as well. And we continue to invest in all sorts of online marketing to bring in users and leads for you. But of course, not just online. We know that winning the market is not just about bringing the users into the portal, but also building a brand recognition, building trust, building something that the consumers understand and recognize. So as you might have also seen, we've run a very big Singapore property show in partnership with MediaCorp last year. We're bringing it back again this year, and it will be even bigger this year. So look out for it. And as I mentioned just now, of course, we continue to expand our offerings and expand our presence on a corporate level. It just last 1 year alone, in the last 12 months alone, we've acquired iProperty as well as SRX. And more importantly than our presence, we're taking the effort to combine all three of them for you, such that for you it's a very simple process, simple experience. You download the app once, you upload your listing once, you get to all three platforms, you get a single price for all three packages, and you're going to hear a little bit more about that later as well. So here's a little bit about something also newly we launched. We are also in the market to innovate. We've taken a lot of the feedback from our agent friends, from our many teachers who have taught us how to build something great over the years. And this is one of the latest innovations. We realized that in a lot of situations, a lot of the listings, sometimes it may be expired, or maybe they are already currently in offer. They're not necessarily the most, the listings that is really hot and looking for buyers. And sometimes they also might have, some of the information might also not be accurate. So we've launched this special category of listing called Must See and Verified Listings. So there is an actual verification process our team will go through with you if you want to put this up. And it would get a special status. It has better photos, and it ranks higher. It has a bigger photo in terms of listings. So hopefully some of you might have seen this yourself. We would strongly encourage you to try it out. It actually get 5 times the number of listing views and get a lot more leads for the same listing. So please do try it out. And in fact, we've also made one change in the past, because this is something that requires our team to operationally manually verify. So this actually takes a bit higher operation cost. In the past, we were actually charging separately for this listing. Moving forward, you are able to use your existing credits. There's no need to pay extra. You can use your existing credits to actually create this must-see listings, and it will be a great boost. So please boost the listings that you actually really are primed for sales. So I think it will be really good for you to generate leads that way. So please do give it a try. Now, just to pause for a moment, I think the topic for today is really how to use data to be prepared for the future. Now, first, let's take a step back of what the future of real estate is. And to understand the future, we've looked at the past as well. So to put history in perspective, 20 years ago, of course, we started with print. For those of you who have been around in the industry longer than we have, I'm sure you have used print ads. And of course, those are past in the days. Print is no longer effective now, but from print, this is the print era, we've moved into a mobile era. The advertisements could be on print, it could be on teletext, it could be a number of things. But the mobile phone and the pages and so on and so forth brought in a new era where the speed has just really increased. And of course, now the default is the internet era. I'm sure all of your listings are already online. And in Singapore, the statistics is 97% of consumers, when they search for a property, they actually start the journey online. I'm not sure what the remaining 3% does, but 97% of consumers actually start their journey online. Now, but if you look at throughout all of this journey of the past history, really the role of real estate agents or real estate salespersons has not really changed. In fact, CA go as far as, kind of label all of us as salespersons, right? Now, I really don't think that is actually reflecting of the truth. I do think that really the role of the real estate agent moving forward, and the question is what it takes, right? I really think that the role of the real estate agent moving forward is really to, and in many cases, in many sense, it already has been starting, but increasingly so, it will be to become a real estate advisor, right? And not just in terms of transacting, not just in terms of getting listings, marketing listings, negotiating, and of course, all of those roles are still important. It's still required to bring a transaction together, make sure that seller and buyer's expectations are met, and all of those are still important. But increasingly, as consumers get smarter, data become more available, the future is really for real estate agents to become a true advisor. We truly have a deep belief in 99 that real estate is a business of trust, and trust is built from human to human. And trust is built on advice. It's built on good advice that you can provide to your clients. Which is why, in our opinion, really to prepare for the future is really a simple 4 steps. One is to make sure that you are smarter than your client. Now, this of course includes a number of things, and you're of course already smarter than your client about the real estate industry, that's for sure. But in many cases, your clients, because it's their one and only property, is half of their net worth. They're very, very invested in it. So they often actually may know more about that specific property than you do sometimes. So which is why our belief is that to be smarter than your clients, you need to have access to tools that they don't have. You need access to have data that they don't have. And even if they know more about that specific property or that specific area, you can still demonstrate to them the value that you can bring, because you have a tool belt that they have no access to, right? And which is why we put together a sophisticated set of tool set that you can use. And I think the more sophisticated these tools are, the harder it is for a consumer to learn, because they only sell one house or buy one house every 5 years. They can't possibly be, for example, learning one of our products, analyzer, right? Even if you give it away to them to use, they're just not going to be able to learn it. It's difficult. 2 is to be ready in real time. And as we've seen, going from print to mobile to internet, business is just getting faster and faster, and it won't stop. This is a one-way street. It's only going to get faster. And when the clients talk to you, whether it's a buyer or seller, and then if there's a specific requirements, then you go and really learn the tool and use it, it probably is too late. And of course, we all have competition. So your competition who might be more ready may have taken the opportunity. So our advice is really to be ready in real time. Get your tools early, practice them, making sure that you're familiar with them. So when you need to deploy and use it in real time with the clients, you're able to do that in real time. And number 3 is to be proactive. To be proactive, not just in reactive when a seller or buyer is asking you for advice, you provide that to them. Actually, a lot of these tools, it can be used to be proactive, to engage your client, to build trust, even when I think that's the best time to build trust. In fact, not when somebody's asking for it, but when they're not asking for it, and you're actually taking care of them. And this could be something as easy as sending them recent transactions that just happened in their blog, or we generate flash reports every month. You can use some of these flash reports and update them about the market. All of this is available. Be proactive and engage your clients. And finally, use this data to create opportunities and seize opportunities. This, of course, would include anything from very generic, property prices is rising, is at a high price. It's a good time to sell if you're serving a seller, or interest rate is low. It's the best time to buy a property, to lock in the interest rate. This, of course, probably are things you already know, I'm sure. But to get even better at that, to build even better trust, to personalize it, to get to hey, your blog has a recent transactions, or hey, in your segment, this is what happened, or some of this, or send them a personalized analytical report, personalized analysis of their property to create that trust that they are probably not getting from somewhere else. So it's very unique to you. So we definitely encourage you to think about that, whether using our tools or using any other means. So, which is why I think to be ready for the future of real estate advisory, as such, 99 is also preparing ourselves to be the platform, to be TwoSet, to be the software provider in order for you to have such tool sets. We've put together, and that's one of the main reasons we've gone out and acquired iProperty and gone out and acquired SRX, and is to put together all of these tools that's most comprehensive in the market. This ranges, of course, from real-time transaction data, the most comprehensive in the market. We actually have the largest number of real-time transaction data that you can get before your client gets it, because it's real-time. Please feel free, please use that. We are the only real provider for owners database or owners listings, FSBO listings. So please use that, or just using home reports and X-Value to be an easy tool for you to generate something to engage your customers. Or if you have a very sophisticated customer, you need to have very deep analytics. You can use Analyzer or a lighter version, which is Researcher. A number of other tools. I'm not going to go through all of them. We have an entire team to be here to support you. We have trainings. Please do engage us. All of the trainings and all the support is free. So please do find out what we have to offer you to help you build trust and engage your customers in an even better manner. And of course, we are also constantly improving this as well. Just as a quick update, we have a new improved home report. Again, I won't bore you with the details of what's in it. You can check it out. It's on the app, it's on the website. You can just generate a home report. It's personalized to you, to your own brand, to your own phone number. And this is a very easy way for you to engage your existing clients. And of course, Analyzer. So I think all of you might be familiar with Analyzer. I'm not sure how many of you actually have tried it, have used it. Without going into too much details, I think most of you know that it is indeed the most sophisticated tool in the market to be able to generate and compare data in macro and micro level, market level, project level, unit level, slice and dice in any way you want. Pretty much you can do anything you want. The power and flexibility is really unparalleled. I don't think that's news to you, but I think the news part, of course, is now part of 99 Group. For those of you have not tried it, we have actually brought the price to be more accessible. You are able to now give it a try. Especially if you have sophisticated buyers. It does take a little bit of time, a little bit of effort to learn it, but it's really, really worth it. And for those of you who are already Analyzer users, here's the good news. I know some of you might have been worried whether you continue to be supported, whether it's sustainable, because there was some uncertainty around SRX as a company. So the good news is, of course, now it's part of 99. We will continue to support this product. It will continue to be alive. In fact, we are already looking at enhancing it. So please, I hope that gives you confidence to continue to be an Analyzer user, as well as to give us feedback on how we can improve it. So that's really the coverage in terms of how to use the tools. I know all of you are very excited about our 3 great speakers who are here today, and they, of course, are the real practitioners, the experts in the market. They know the market better than we do. We are software tech guys. We do give us feedback on how we can continue to improve our products for you, and I won't hold you back too much from your really expert speakers of the market and industry. But before I go, I would quickly share with you some of our 3-in-1 packages, because we have now 3 portals. So it might be a little bit confusing to some, so I would take this opportunity to share it. So the really good news is that we've put all the 3 portals together, and you don't actually have to buy 3 different subscriptions from 3 different places, and in each portal have 3 different combination of tiers that you can choose from. Right, they're all combined. It's real easy. There's really basically 3 of the most popular tiers, which is basic, form, performance, and elite. I won't go through the bullet points, but essentially I'll just pick one of them, which is the most popular one, Performer, to share it with you a little bit. So Performer package allows you to have listings across 99, SRX, and iProperty. So with one package in one price, and even just one single listing post, you're able to have your listing exposed to all three portals. For your sellers, of course, that's a great proposition. You can tell them that, hey, you see, I've done so much for you in terms of marketing. I put it on all three portals. So that's a really good proposition. As well as, of course, you actually generated these to be able to close the deals. And across the data features, of course, all of the past data features from 99, from SRX, from iProperty, they are all there. And without a question, of course, we are the most comprehensive data tools provider in the market as well. And I think just to add one point, and from a pricing standpoint as well, if just about 1 year ago, if you were to buy the same thing from 99 and SRX and iProperty independently, this would have cost you about $2,400. Today, they are all in a package for $1,288. And just for today in this Agent Submit, there's a special discount for today only for $1,000 and $100 off. So it will be at $1,188, a very nice, good, lucky number. And just to be clear, this is for new subscribers who have not yet registered for our subscription. So please do take this opportunity to try it out. But beyond that, for everybody, there's additional $100 voucher for all audience who are here with us today. Aside from your CBD points, you also get a $100 voucher for purchase with any of our products. So please do reach out to any of our team. We have a very, very big team now to support you. Just to be clear, this $100 voucher is applicable with the minimum spend of $500. And please do use this opportunity. This is only available for today at this Agent Summit. So this might be the more important slide. Please take down the phone numbers and find out who you would like to speak to. As you know, we've also expanded our team a lot. Some of these friends you might have known for years who are veterans from SRX who have also joined us. And we're very, very glad to have them to be with us as well. So please do get in touch. And without further ado, I will hand back the great sections back to your great speakers for today. So thank you very much for everybody for your time today, and I'm excited to share the day with you.
Thank you very much, Darius, and everyone. You've heard what he said. So there is the promotion, a really amazing promotion right now, $100 package discount like Darius described earlier. This is for those who currently do not have a package with us, and for the rest of you who already have a subscription with us, not to worry, we did not forget about you. You will also get a $100 voucher with any purchase with 99 Group, so you can use this for the packages, for your credits, for must-see listings and whatnot. You can use it for all of them. But do note that there is a minimum spend of $500 required. All right. Now, earlier there is a great speech as well. How to prepare for the future. I think a lot of us can learn from that. Get smarter than your clients. Be ready real time. Be proactive and use data to create and seize opportunities. Now, before we move on to our next speaker, our event partner, Oxley, would like to present to you Kent Ridge Hill Residences. And telling us about the project is Fendi Lee, Associate Group District Director at Huttons and Project IC of Kent Ridge Hill Residences.
Hi everyone, my name is Sandy. I'm from Huttons and the project lead IC at Kent Ridgeview Residences. So today I would like to present you this very beautiful development. Okay, first of all, I have a disclaimer. Of course, the content used is for internal circulation and our Huttons and Oxley are reviewed to ensure the information material contained are accurate, up to date. Of course, in any chances, if units sold or prices may change, you have to check with the marketing agent. Okay, I will start from where is Kent Ridgeview Residences? I believe some of you have heard the word Kent Ridge is near to the Kent Ridge MRT. Actually, not true lah. It's nearer to the Pasir Panjang MRT, and it's actually next to the Kent Ridge Park. That's why it's called Kent Ridgeview Residences. And we are at RCR, and of course, facing the upcoming Greater Southern Waterfront, with a lot of very good tenancy. Tenants base are very strong because of Singapore Science Park, Alexandra Techno Park, and Mapletree Business City, which we have our Google head office there. So I will proceed with why people will buy Kent Ridge. First of all, as an agent yourself, you also ask the same question before you ask the buyer what their purpose. So are they buying for homestay or they're buying for investment? And I can say sometimes some development are not 100% for homestay. Some they are more for rental base. They will go for investment. But in fact, not all are for investment because they are very huge units and they like the space and they like the amenities. So what about Kent Ridgeview Residences? The answer is both, and we'll be interested. So we can ask a question like this to start off with your client if you are looking at something for both as an answer. And why is it both? Okay, let me start with the location first. Location itself, we are just quite close to Pasir Panjang MRT, just a short walk, and it's very nice walk because it's all landed enclave. And first of all, we are short walk to the new Circle Line that is going to link you all the way to Marina Bay, say in 2025. But we are also 6 minutes to the VivoCity Harbourfront MRT station, the Mega Mall. And on top of that, we are nearby all the great offices. As I mentioned, Google head office is just a short walk distance as well. And more important is what is coming up near us, which is Pasir Panjang Power District. We are lacking of identity in Pasir Panjang. So this is actually one of the very important keynote. And it also come with some future redevelopment with underground substation with commercial development. And what this Pasir Panjang Power District will have, they actually come with a lot of fun. I use the word fun because in Singapore, we have live, work, play. So this is actually part of the play part in this Pasir Panjang area. And it actually come with some F&B. And one important thing is actually we are next to these great offices. I mean, this Pasir Panjang Power District. So there are people working after work, they want to chill out at this area. Just similar like the Gillman Barracks or probably Dempsey Hill. They are actually some identity for the Pasir Panjang in future. And in fact, we are also quite close to this new Keppel Club redevelopment, which is all the new HDB and probably some private properties. And they are going to have 9,000 new homes potentially. And this will help you to increase the future price point. And that will be good because why? There are more people buying here, meaning there are more upgraders who wish to upgrade to nearby developments such as Kent Ridgeview Residences. So what are the 3 more stops that will come towards the Marina Bay? The 3 more stations, which is Keppel, Cantonment, and Prince Edward. These 3 stations will join directly to Marina Bay. It's a 7th station from Pasir Panjang. Why I want to highlight this 7th station? From the flip side of 7th station is actually Paya Lebar. So from Paya Lebar, we all know the PLQ Mall, that area, the price already crossed more than 2,000 per square feet. And I felt Pasir Panjang is a landed enclave zone and with a lot of future development that's coming up, which I think that also have a lot of upside. That's why buyers are coming in this region at District 5, especially with a lot of new launches at the western side. Okay, so NUS UTS, NUH, INSEAD, these are all the tertiary school like Singapore Poly, Tanglin Trust School, and our United World College. So these are all very good school that you have clients who want to buy with investment, probably their children want to stay here as well. I say investment is one of this. This is probably more for people who want to work and stay here as well. And the tenant pool here are very strong. As you mentioned, the Buona Vista, One North region, and further down is all this expatriate will be working near you. So buying here, there's also a lot of good tenant pool. You don't have to find upcoming new tenant in certain new district, but I felt that here is already everything is inside. So for own stay, I felt that it's important to buy near to a national park. You are buying with a backyard of 18 million square feet, which is from Kent Park all the way to Labrador, Hall Park, Calobanga, and all. It's all the whole stretch of a huge park. And in fact, the park is very beautiful. It comes with a lot of history as well. And definitely enjoyment in this area is very different from those CBD estates. But this is actually one good thing that buyer buy here. They like to have their own me time and family bonding as well. And what I foresee is that in future, we won't get another huge land size like Kent Ridgeview Residences. 319,000 square feet in land size. In fact, nearby, there's nothing bigger than Kent Ridgeview Residences. And furthermore, government land sales price are going up. So this will be a very good deal. With only 548 households staying together and 50 of them are strata landed. So it's not so crowded. So homestay are actually very convenient as well, and the space they are using in the development.
Now the price point for all the units is very attractive. 2 bedroom from 1.42 and some are corner units, must grab last 8 units. 2+ studies, some facing the green, some facing the pool, some high floor, ground floor, high floor, low floor have high ceiling. The ground floor and top floor all 4.65 ceiling height, which you can ask some of the agents who are marketing to find out more. And it's very unique is that they have very good view. And more important is that 3-bedroom compact, some are the smaller entry for 3-bedroom, more for investment, start from 1.649. And more important for homestay, we have unblocked greenery view, also some pool facing. 1.712 you can get with enclosed kitchen, 3-bedroom. And with a store, of course, you want to have a helper. This one will be more advisable. Our showroom type is this 3-bedroom premium. Bring your client down and show them how nice the layout is. And more important, penthouses. Now all agents like to sell what? Penthouse, because penthouse got good value, commission will be more. But the maintenance is as low as 392 only. These are only 3+ study penthouses. And we also have 4-bedroom penthouses and also 5-bedroom penthouses. Wow, so variety of penthouses to sell. Because low rise, you enjoy to sell different type of penthouses as well. But more important, our 150,000 discount available at our 4-bedroom strata home. This strata home is actually good space, and at the same time, the price is very, very attractive from 2.65 million. At the same time, it's only for limited time. If you miss it, wow, very sayang, because we also give you extra 55,000 incentive commission on top of your current commission. ECB is 3.5% com. For Starbucks, is 2.8. So this one is 3.5 plus 55K incentive commission. Very, very good deal. Close one deal, 6-figure commission, confirm platinum. Then for agents who want to close the 5-bedroom strata, although we don't have the 150,000 discount, but the price also very attractive. So back to our 99 call. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Fendi. What an amazing place for nature lovers, for people like me who love living in nature, and for families as well. Now, do any of you know how to gaze into the crystal ball and see the future? Do you want to know what's likely to happen in 2021? Up next, we have Kelvin Thong, the Associate Branch District Director at Propnex Realty Private Limited, who will be sharing with us about the key industry trends of 2021. Over to you, Calvin.
Hi, Ning. Thank you very much. All right, first and foremost, a very good afternoon to all of you. And I would like to also take this opportunity to thank 99 Group for this opportunity for me to share with all of you more on the real estate market outlook in Singapore. And of course, today I also like to thank the sponsors for sponsoring this event as well. All right, so without further ado, allow me to actually share with you a little bit more about myself, all right, before I actually go into the topics. All right, so I have been in the real estate industry for the last 11 years, and I've actually helped my clients to have done more than 800 transactions and accumulating a total of almost 10 million in commission. Of course, I have also established myself in this 11 years to have also further achieved more than 250 awards. And there are a few things that I wanted to share with you, which I was very touched by the things that were shared by Darius earlier, which he mentioned very clearly about how the evolution of this real estate industry has actually taken us to. So today, I think instead of trying to earn commission, I think we should want to earn trust more than commission, because the moment you start to earn trust from our clients, I believe that with that, the commission will also come along with it. All right, so today I will be sharing with you a little bit of how I've actually been trying to be able to excel every single year, whether a crisis or cooling measure is in play. All right, and I'll be sharing with you my proven formula of success, and I will also be giving you a little bit of a crystal ball outlook of the next 6 months and what are the 5 important things that I will share with my clients to take action today. So when we talk about trust, what we really want to do here is that we want to earn it. But what is the best way and the fastest way to do this if we are talking to a person who we totally do not know, a total stranger? How do we then earn trust? I learned through these 11 years that trust can also be earned when you actually go out there to share with people about educating them and what's the market all about and what is the crystal ball forecast in the next 6 months or so that then they will be able to see that, hey, actually you do really know the market. And the moment they start to believe in you and they have faith in the things that you're sharing, that is the time that they will start to trust you a lot more. And when the moment they trust you, right, I can tell you that it's going to be very easy for you to then be able to give them your opinions, and they will take your opinions truthfully. Okay, all right. Okay, so first of all, I want to know, right, who in this room wants to know, all right, how to convince a prospect to buy now despite talks about the cooling measures? Because I also understand from the ground that there's a lot of agents out here today that are very stressed over the fact that what if the cooling measures were to happen? And you and I know this can happen any Friday, right? Because every Friday the cooling measure will appear out of nowhere, right? It's always on a Friday. So this is the thing. How many of us actually wants to know how to convince a prospect to buy now? If you want to know, I want you to type yes in the chat group now. Can you type it now? Okay. All right. The more you're going to motivate me by typing yes. Okay. So if I see a lot of yes, then the more I will go all out to share more with you. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, the next thing is that what is the common objection that most of us will actually be facing with? How many of us actually have this common objection, which is every time we ask our clients to buy, then they'll tell you, say, oh, the cooling measures are coming. I better wait and see first lah, because I also not sure. I don't know whether is it going to happen immediately or not. Okay, so how many of you actually have got this common objection coming from your clients? I believe that most of us have lah, because even for me, I also have a lot of my clients who always tell me this, especially in the last few 1 month or so lah, okay, 1.5 months or so, they have actually been voicing this concern to me. Okay, so how do I actually answer them? Most of the people, most of the agents will answer this. Okay, they will answer this. They will say that the market is not going to be affected. But this is not good enough for our clients, because today, right, the market has evolved. Our clients are very educated and they have got a lot of access to a lot of information because of IT world, right? So today you go Google, you go anywhere, you go internet, everything, you can see everything. It's all there, And if you are not going to know how to make use of all this data, especially like what Darius has mentioned earlier, I think for myself, I use Analyzer, and I've also been using quite a number of their apps and stuff, which has given me the historical data for me to go and study it and then be able to advise my clients based on what has already happened and how can we then steer away from it. Okay, so with that, my answer to my clients is usually this. So instead of giving an answer, I ask them back a question. So because they say that they are concerned, right? So I ask them, so are you also speculating that the cooling measures is about to launch? Okay, is that what you also think, right? And then there'll be 5 things that I will share with them so that they can take action now. Okay, so what are the 5 things? All right, the very first thing that I want to address is that why is the cooling measures introduced in the first place? So why did the government want to have this? Right, so let's try to understand this a little bit better. Okay, they have actually been watching the market all these 11 years. Never one day they stop, because they are very concerned. They want to prevent an oversupply issue. They want to prevent speculation. They want to prevent affordability. Sorry, they want to ensure affordability. And the most important one is that they want what? They want to ensure that the income increase will not be mismatched from the housing price increment. So what does this tell you? In short, right, what is the government trying to do is to ensure that this property market, right, is in line with the economic fundamentals. They do not want to see that the prices run ahead of the economic fundamentals. That means to say that they want to make sure that the property market is stable, and then everybody can afford to buy their own homes, because that is really the real objective of what the government has always been educating everyone. Okay, so I just want to show you some data. So from here, right, I actually can show you very clearly between the property prices versus income growth, and when the moment, right, you can see that the property price index for private residential price index, when it's way above the average gross monthly salary increment, what is going to happen is that instantly, right, they will come in with a cooling measure. And it has happened so many times. Okay, it has happened so many times, even in the recent one, 2018. But while they are actually throwing in additional cooling measures, did they also do relaxation of measures or not? They also did lah, right? So over here, you can see that for so long a period of time, that the residential price index has been lower than the average gross monthly salary increment. Did they do the relaxation? They did. So in 2017, they actually reduced it, right? By right, the seller stamp duty is supposed to be over a 4-year holding period, and they reduced it to a 3-year holding period. And this is actually what they have always been doing, right? So to me, what I can see here is very clear that the market is being watched, and the government really wants to try their best, right, to see how can they balance the prices. And we are in more or less like a manipulated market. So we are not as open market as our neighbors, such as, in Hong Kong, right, in China and all that. The prices over there are not manipulated. It's really an open market. But the risk factor that is in such an open market can also be quite disastrous as well, right? Okay. All right. So what's the second thing that I want to share with them as well? I want to show them that what are the prices and transaction volumes, the most recent ones. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Again, I want to show you the transaction volumes. Let's start off with the new launches first. So right from the last year itself, right, okay, we have actually seen that the activities for new launches have actually increased tremendously. And when we look at this, we can see Clairvon, right? Clairvon actually sold 442 units, okay, in the first weekend of launch. And then subsequently, we had Normanton Park, which actually sold 600 units on the first weekend of launch out of the 1,862 units. And I was there, and I can tell you that it was really a massive, like a real massive turnout. And there were so many people who were very happy, walked out with their OTPs and all that. Okay, in fact, I think the OTPs were not being able to be churned within one day even, right? So this is the strong transaction volumes that I'm always telling my clients, and I'm telling them that, hey, it may not be very shocking to us if we're talking about Clairvon and Normanton Park. Why? Because maybe the price point is sort of affordable and reachable to a majority of Singaporeans. But the moment when Reef at King's Dock sold some 90% of their 300 units, which is 280 units on the first weekend of launch, that really created a big hoo-ha in the market, because the prices there were like what, $2,000 to $2,800 per square foot, and that was shocking to everybody, right? And we never expected to have seen this kind of strong demand and all that. And that continue on when we started to launch Midtown Modern in Bugis, right? And Midtown Modern, over the very first weekend, they actually managed to sell 340 units. Again, another 90% of the 1 and 2 bedders were sold out in the weekend launch. And seriously, you should have been there to see for yourself. It was so exciting. The units were like flying off the shelf. And all my clients were telling me, are we really buying houses or are we buying fruits? Because it looks more like a fruit market. Okay. All right, and of course, just over the last weekend, where I was the chief project IC for Urwell Hill Residences, again, I witnessed this for myself, that they have done more than 50% sales in Urwell Hill Residences, and kudos to CDL and team, because they have actually managed to do 278 unit sales on the first weekend of this launch. So what I want to share with you here is that you can see that the whole momentum is running, and it seems that if new launches, because new launches are not properties that you can move in straight away, but yet at the same time, right, you are buying a future home and yet can still sell so many units on the first weekend of launch. What does this tell you? This tells you that there is actually a lot of people who are keen to buy, and later I will share more of you on who are the people buying and why are they buying. Okay, all right. So when we look at the whole entire transaction volume spike increment just in the first quarter, okay, here the data shows first quarter. Obviously, now we are already on the 14th of April, right? 14th of April, two weeks have passed. This number is no longer valid because the total number of transactions for the year 2021 has definitely surpassed at least how many? At least 3,800 units of new launches have been sold till date on the 14th of April today. Okay, and this means to say, if we're going to persist on with this kind of sales momentum, right, by the end of the year, there is a very likelihood that we might actually surpass 2019 and 2020 and even 2018 transaction numbers, if assuming that every quarter we do 3, 4, 5, 5 units sold. That means in 4 quarters, how many do we actually sell? Right? If you do your sums correctly, you will know that it's almost 14,000 units. 14,000 units happen to be the same as 2013, And 2013 is also the time where the whole market was very exciting and everybody was buying like nobody's business, right? So this is what, when you have transaction volume, it refers to demand. That means there are people wanting to buy. If there's a demand increment, assuming all the rest of the things remain the same, then it will actually have a shift of demand curve, and that will actually bring the property prices up. Okay, so now that we know that the demand has gone up, have the prices already increased? Yes, it has, but is it a lot? No, it's not. Right, so over here we can see that in the first quarter, the home prices surge have actually raised the odds of new cooling measures, and that is also a good sign, because at the end of it, we also want the prices to be moving forward instead of moving backwards. Okay, this is also a very clear indication that the demand is actually pushing the prices to move a little ahead. But thankfully, that now we are seeing that the increment is only 2.9%, which is actually still acceptable. Okay, 2.9% is still acceptable. Now, let's look at the whole breakdown of the three region performances, because I'm sure over here in this Zoom room now, we probably, some of us are doing only OCR, some of us are doing RCR, some of us are doing core central region, and some of us like myself will be covering all the three segments at the same time. All right, so we want to also understand, is it only just one or two segments that are moving? No, actually, you know what I noticed is that for all the three segments, they are actually either maintaining, okay, if not, they are actually having a small increment as well. Of course, with the RCR prices moving ahead a little faster than the rest. The reason for this is because the price gap between the core central region and the RCR is actually chasing each other up as well. Okay, so the price gap is actually narrowing at the moment. Okay, so if you're going to look at how the prices have actually been increasing from Q4 to Q1 or from Q3 to Q4, you will see that after all, these are all indications that the whole demand in the market is getting stronger and stronger. Okay, all right. So now when we look at, after looking at the new launches, we also want to see other segments of the market, which is basically our resale market, whether is it the HDB or whether is it the private homes. We have both seen that there have been a very sharp price increases. And in fact, I think the HDB sales is something that is very, very interesting, because there was a total of $53 million worth of flats sold just in the first quarter of 2021, and that is exciting. In fact, I also realized that HDB seems to have a lot of backlog to clear, because there were so many transactions. If you have done your HDB submissions lately, you will realize that it cannot have been completed within 6 weeks, likely more of a 8 to 10 weeks kind of scheduling. So what does this tell you again? So these are the things that I want to share with my clients, so that they are also aware that they are not the only ones who are looking out to buy a property in the market today. There are actually so many other people who are also thinking the same way as them, that it is really timely for them to enter the market. Okay, right. So the question here is that, right, when all these HDB sellers when they have already sold their flats, right, so where did they end up with? Do you know that actually 70,000 of these HDB owners actually bought private properties in the last 10 years? So you can imagine, no wonder now I understand how come there are so many transactions, because there are so many upgraders too. Okay, all right. And of course, the domino effect. For all the things that I shared with you earlier, right? Okay, basically it all starts off with something. All right. When we look at this latest newspaper article, and we saw that 85% of the BTO projects actually face a delay of 6 to 9 months, what happens? When that happens, they will try to forfeit their BTO projects, and then the buyer will go hunting for a ready home in the resale market. And when the resale market, be whether is it going to be a flat or whether is it going to be a condominium, that is going to then take effect, and that will push the seller of these flats as well as the private homes to upgrade to the next layer. And when this happens, right, it will slowly end up in the landed market as well. So you can see that throughout, be it whether is it the HDB market or whether is it the private resale market, all the new launches, all the landed home resale, you can see that basically every segment of the market is moving very, very quickly today. If you are on the ground, you will feel it. If you are serving buyers, you will start telling your buyers that, sorry, that day we saw that one sold already. That one we see already also sold already. So you can also feel this momentum very, very strong. I guess also because of this, we also have a tendency to get a little worried that now that we're seeing this kind of transaction volumes, we are seeing this kind of price increment, then we also start to worry whether, will the cooling measure really come or not? Okay, all right. Right. So what's the third thing I want to share with you here, or rather what I want to share with my clients, is that I always want to tell them about the abundance of liquidity that has been built up over the years. Okay, so I have here a chart that I've actually taken out from the SingStats. Okay, so SingStats GOV actually shows this household net worth as well as household assets balance sheet. Okay. So right here, I just want to show you a few things, just to let you understand what has really happened over the last few years. So first of all, we all know, right? Okay, the one in green bar. Let's just have a look at this chart first. Okay, so let's just have a look at this one first. And over here, you can see that there's a green bar. So what does a green bar actually show? This green bar refers to household assets. Okay, it refers to household assets. And then the one in blue, the blue line actually refers to the household net worth. Okay, and the one in yellow, okay, the yellow bar actually represents the household liabilities. Okay, why is it so important for me to share this information with my clients? Okay, now, when you look at how this whole thing has changed, okay, I just want to split this chart into two parts. The first part, right, actually shows you up to 2009. Okay, stop at 2009. And another part is actually from here onwards. Okay, why do I want to show these two parts? All right, first of all, do you know when was the cooling measures introduced? The cooling measures were introduced in 2009. Okay, and from 2009, okay, all the way to 2019, can you see that the green bar, which is the household assets, have actually been increasing steadily, right? It's increasing steadily. And together with that, right, in line together with our household net worth, it has actually increased in tandem. Right, so this tells you that majority of the Singaporeans who actually have a bigger household net worth today, it was built based on their household assets. Okay, but how come on the other side of it, how come the household liabilities, how come it's actually not increasing in tandem with the household assets as well as the household net worth? The reason for this, you see, this one is flat. How come? Because this represents that we don't owe as much money as before in terms of the percentage. Okay, in terms of the percentage of what we owe to the bank is actually lesser. Okay, and then now we look at the breakdown of the household assets by itself, you will come to notice something very interesting, because the killer measures, okay, the killer measures happened in 2013, which is actually at this point over here. Okay, which also happens to show a split. What's the split? There's a split between the financial assets graph as well as the residential property assets graph. So this tells you that actually, because of the killer measures, it has actually created a lot more financial assets. So that's the reason why it started to drift. Financial assets could be cash, could be bonds, could be any financial investments that an individual owns. Okay, of course down here we are referring to everybody combined together in Singapore lah. Right, so you can see that it's actually increased and started to split away from the residential property assets as compared to the past. Okay, as compared to the past. So this again tells me that because of this, a lot of people started to withhold their money, and they have actually been placing them into other forms of financial assets instead of residential property assets. Okay, now we look at the household liabilities. Okay, the household liabilities, once again, you can see again from the point of time that we started in 2009, again, you can see that the mortgage loans have slowly increased, but not for personal loans. Why is that so? Why is it that the personal loans are not increasing in tandem? The main reason for this is because it tells you that if, let's say, our pockets are filled, do you actually need to take a personal loan? So obviously, it again tells you that the cooling measures have actually been rather effective, and it have actually helped everybody to then have more cash on hand, more liquidity in our pockets, and we no longer require so much personal loans as compared to previous years. Okay, all right. So, and of course, it doesn't help when we have got additional abundance of liquidity coming in from the en bloc cycles of 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020. So a total of 76 en blocs in that 4 years, amounting to $20.127 billion. And that money, right, honestly speaking, is still floating in this market right now. And this is the main driver and reason why we are actually having so much liquidity in the market. I believe just now when we talk about financial assets, we have also understood that during the COVID, last year. What happened was that a lot of people have been playing the US market. They have also been playing something that I didn't dare to touch, which is called Bitcoin. And all those people who have done so, right, have actually made really a lot more than what they can ever imagine in their longest investment with whatever they have been investing with. Okay, and that also churned out quite a big profit return on all their financial assets. And because of this, they are cashing out at this point of time, and they're also looking for something that is more prudent, more stable, and lower risk. And nothing else is better than real estate when it comes to low risk, and then you're looking at long term. I think real estate is something that we can probably invest in on a long haul. Okay, all right, it's not for a short term, but it's more for a long haul. Okay, so what's the fourth thing that I will share with my clients is the demand. Because who exactly are these people? Why are they buying? And of course, now that we know that there's so much liquidity in the market, but who are they being represented by, right? Okay, so over here again, Singaporeans actually accounted for majority of these new home sales as well. Okay, and if we were to look at this, we are talking about 81.9% based on last year. Okay, which is again an increment from the year before. And don't forget, this also due to the COVID period, right? Okay, it's also during the COVID period. So what is going to happen? Because I cannot imagine when our floodgates actually open up, and with all these articles right here showing that actually, be it whether you are the ultra wealthy, okay, or be it whether you are the somebody who's relocating to Singapore for work, right? We can see very clearly that Singapore is always the top of his list. And because of this, we realize that there is so much more potential, okay, the moment these foreign buyers are going to return. Okay, so these are again other factors and what you call these are the little things that are going to attract your clients, and you gotta let them know that today when you are buying it as a Singaporean, you're buying it, okay, before all these foreigners return, because when they return, there's definitely a lot more room for growth. You know why? Because we have actually been voted over and over again by a lot of other nationalities around the world, especially post-COVID. They have actually gotten a very, very good impression of Singapore because they like the way we have actually controlled the situation right here. They also like the way how we have also shown how we have tried to help fellow Singaporeans in terms of the economic help during this COVID period. And I think that also gave more market confidence. And of course, we have also recently gotten a lot more of this investors who are coming in to set up their companies right here, mainly in the fintech era, right? Okay, so the fintech companies are really coming in big time. And because of this, we will have a lot more tenant pools and all that. I believe that if you're on the ground, you can also feel it one. Okay, because I've done quite a number of rentals, and mainly they are all the fintech industry people. Okay, all right. So what's the next thing? Of course, when we talk about demand, we also want to talk about supply lah. Because if there's an increase of demand, but there's also increase of supply, then prices will not increase because there's a shift of demand curve and supply curve at the same time, and that will mean to say that you come back to zero, right? Okay, but I want to assure you that the supply, right, actually there's a dwindling unsold supply. Okay, there is actually only left with 24,296 units, which is depleting, this depleting unsold supply from 1 year ago, from 2 years ago, which is in first quarter of 2019. We actually still left with some 36,839 units unsold, and today we are already down to 24,296. I think that again, if we are looking at how the average number of units that we are selling in the past 2 years, which is about 9,980, you will not have to worry because we only need to sell 6,074 units. In fact, I think we should be more worried that eventually the prices might be increasing again, because for the developers that anyway going to sell finish, and I only stay left with a little bit of stock. So usually what happens when the developer has a little bit of stock, they will usually want to what? They will usually want to increase price. Okay, agree or not? All right. Okay, and the other thing I also realized is that those who actually land bidded, right, from 2019 and earlier, right, their cost of land was actually a lot higher, and the developer profits were also leaner. So with that, again, if today I'm a developer, would I then want to actually sell it at a loss or not? Because already my profits are very lean already. The question is that whether should I still want to sell it even lower price and lower my profits until the point whereby how much lower do you want the developer to go, because they are already making very little. Okay, so what if the cooling measures hits us? I think, in my opinion, I think looking at how the past has actually happened, which is the recent one in July 2018. Okay, no doubt. Okay, no doubt that the transaction volumes have dropped. Okay, but the transactions volume has only dropped over 2 quarters, and quickly after the 2 quarters has gone past, the prices started to rise. Okay, in fact, if you look at this chart, you can see that it seems like the COVID, right, that we just went through seem to have a bigger impact on the market than the cooling measure. Yeah, because all this is all about loss of confidence. So if it's an economic situation, it's always a question of market sentiments based on how they feel and the loss of confidence. But when it comes to cooling measure, it's different. Cooling measure is because the market too hot. Then they're trying to hold the horses back. But the market is still hot. It's just that they try to reduce the number of people who are hot. You see where I'm coming from? So in my opinion, all right, if a cooling measure really arises, I believe that it will probably have the same effect as what we went through in July 2018, because I'm sure the government doesn't have an objective to kill the market, but more of realigning the prices, slow it down a little bit to ensure that it's in line with the economic fundamentals. All right, so of course, I believe that the whole entire session, okay, the topic is a very big topic, and for me to actually squeeze everything in 30 minutes, it was really a big challenge. Okay, I hope I managed to cover as much as I can, because if I was given more time, I would have shared with you more. Okay, but nevertheless, thank you for listening to me. All right, I will actually be contactable. If you have any queries or whatever, you can find a way to contact me in one way or another, and I'll share with you a little bit more on and give some clarifications. All right, so thank you for your time, and back to you, Ning.
Thank you very much, Kelvin, for your insight. So all of us, we heard it. Now we know what to look out for with cooling measures, the strong transaction volume and rising transaction prices, the abundance of the liquidity, demand from local as well as from foreign, and then also the dwindling supply for unsold units. Now, before we go on, I would like to quickly remind everyone that all of you who signed up for Agent Summit and attending the full event will be eligible to earn 2 non-core CPD points. But also note that the issuance of the non-core CPD points is also subject to your respective agency KAO's approval and processes. Now, our event partner Oxley would like to introduce another project called 1953. This is a very nostalgic project, very quaint, lovely architecture. And telling us about the project is Sunny Pua, Division Director at ERA and Project IC of 1953.
afternoon, everyone. My name is Sunny Phua, the Division Director from ERA, and also one of the ICs in charge for Project 1953. Okay, before I begin, allow me to thank 99.co for bringing this year's Agent Summit event so that all the agents can watch at their own comfort. Also, the big shout out to developer Oxley Holding to continue bringing us many good and sellable new developments to Singapore. Last but not least, thanks to all the marketing agencies and the speakers today to bring us important, good updates, information, and tips to agents to recommend the right properties to the respective clients. Without further ado, allow me to share the unique selling point of this development, 1953. 1953 was the year this development was born, in fact. All right, so this beautiful mixed-use developments is actually a mix of commercial and residential development located at number 1 Tenses Horn Road. In case you do not know where is the location, it's just right opposite Civil Service Club along Balestier Road, all right, right at District 8. Okay, this is where a row of shop houses, as you can see in these pictures here, a row of conserved shop houses is being integrated, okay, with an adjacent land over here where this dark tall building is situated. All right, so this vacant land over here will see a 6-story modern building being erected and combined with the existing developments to bring you this heritage development 1953. So the first unique selling points that I will be sharing today is, of course, a winning pitch. Since this is a heritage theme mixed development, a winning pitch will always be something like when heritage meets modernity. Okay, this is what this development is all about. Okay, a winning pitch combines of, you can always use the winning pitch for your clients. Example, own a piece of history. Or you could rephrase it as own a piece of the Singapore heritage. Because 1953, in fact, was a conserved Art Deco shop houses that will be retained, okay, refurbished, and resulted to a new mixed-use development. Okay, this development, in fact, also won the Best Heritage Development in 2019 at the Property Guru Asia Property Awards. Okay, and the winning architect behind was none other than Park Plus Associates, all right, who have successfully converted this 1953 building to this modern new concept mixed-use development. Okay, so a winning pitch is one of the unique selling points that can sell to existing investor, or rather sophisticated investor and buyers that wants to own a piece of Singapore history or a piece of Singapore heritage. The next unique selling point will be, of course, the most important, one of the most considerable criteria, which is a freehold tenure. As we know that a freehold tenure properties promises a legacy for the next generations. All right. So in the market today, ladies and gentlemen, there is this group of buyers. There's always this group of buyers who is only specifically looking at freehold properties. Of course, freehold properties, as we all know, everlasting. It promises legacies. Legacies in Singapore, of course, for the freehold new development is very limited. All right. So one can always say that limited. When the supply are low, it resulted to future high prices, or it could be priceless in some extent. From this chart over here, this pie chart from our ERA research, we see that in the year 2017 to 2019, for the span of 2 years, the total new sales supplies in the primary market from the government land sales and en bloc sales, total 43,870 new developments, of which only 19.7% are freehold developments, or rather freehold units. There's only 8,600 plus of freehold development, okay, that was available in these 2 years. And till date, 2021, the number has considerably reduced. Okay, so it becomes an even lower supply, which we are expected in the near futures to fetch good value, good capital appreciations. So this is also one of the things that you can always upsell to your clients for this limited freehold supplies as far as 1953 is concerned. Next unique selling points, or rather a common and most favorite selling points, will be location, location, and location. Good locations always creates better prospects, higher demands, and of course a stronger value, all right, where this unique criteria targeted at near MRT, okay, amenities, and as well as nearby schools or primary schools, for example. So as you can see in this map on the right hand side, 1953 is located in the radius of 500 meters where 2 MRT are situated. All right, these 2 MRT, the first one is Farrer Park MRT, and the next one is Boon Keng MRT. Okay, these 2 MRT are in fact only 6 minutes walk. Okay, 6 minutes walk to 2 different MRT, and also nearby to the MRT stands a strong amenities like City Square Mall and Mustafa Center, the 24 hours mega mall. They are between 10 to 12 minutes walks away. So these strong amenities is also one of the reasons that you could sell to the customers, to the clients, okay, about this development that is near to all these not only MRT but major shopping malls. And last but not least, is also within 1 kilometer to one of the renowned primary school, Hong Wen School, all right, and also Farrer Park Primary School are nearby as well within 1 kilometer. So this is the third school effect that will consider a good investment, a great attraction for potential buyers, home buyers, or other investors. Next important unique selling point, after so much of consideration, the freeholds, the winning pitches, the good location, it still boils down to prices. And of course, I'm happy to announce that 1953 continues to attract, to rather give up irresistible price for this freehold development. So developers, Oxley Holding for 1953, okay, for the month of April, exclusively, they have actually announced star buys for our consumers. All right, so we have introduced us 4 star buys unit, okay, for this development, okay, under $1 million. Okay, their price ranges at 958,000 and 3 other units at 998,000. Okay, I want to stress that for these 4 units as of today, okay, one of the unit has been sold. It has already been sold to the lucky buyers who have saw a great saving of 6-digit saving for one of the 998 units. In fact, the saving for these 4 star buys translated to 87,000 to up to 112,000. So this is a great opportunity for you to reach out for your clients in this limited period of April, because this offer only ends till the 30th of April. So grab these opportunities, and this translates into per square foot ranging from only slightly above 1,008 PSF, right, which is 1818 PSF to 2021 PSF range. And on average, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at an average of 1919 PSS for a freehold in this RCR District 8 mixed-use heritage development. All right. So I've ended my sharing today. All right. So thank you so much for all of you. And once again, thanks to 99.co and Oxley Holding. Have a good day.
Thank you very much, Sunny. 1953 is definitely a personal favorite of mine. It's a beautiful architecture and a sense of nostalgia. And wow, I'm getting feedback that a lot of you have already reached out to our account managers about exclusive event promos. Now, for those of you who have not done so, do not forget to take advantage of this great opportunity to get $200 off the performer package. And for our current subscribers, you can also get a $100 voucher that you can use with any 99 Group packages and products. This will include the credits you can use to refresh your listings or upgrade them to must-see listings. So get in touch with your account managers as soon as you can. Now, agents, have you been leveraging digital tools effectively? Have you noticed that buyers and sellers are becoming more and more data-centric? Now, up next, we have Dave Choi, Group District Director at Huttons Asia Private Limited, who will be sharing with us how you, as agents, can leverage digital tools to reach and convince customers. Over to you, Dave.
Hello, guys. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, 99.co, for having me here to share with all of you. Okay, my name is Dave, and today I'll be touching on the leveraging digital tools and also how to reach and convince your customers. All right, a little bit about myself. All right, I'm in this industry for more than 12 years. And I specialize in mostly local and residential projects. All right. I'm also a ACTA certified and also SAMP mortgage planner. All right. Last year, I can say this is a very unexpected year. It actually changes how we work and how we live also. So especially in our trade, okay, a lot of things that we do normally, we need to embrace and change. That's whereby a lot of agents start to use digital platform. And for that year myself, I managed to get into one of the top producer, okay, top 10 in Huttons, and also the number 13 and 19 top producer in Huttons for resale and local projects, and I'm also the Block District Director. So during the pandemic and during the lockdown, right, I managed to close at least 8 clients during the lockdown period, and I actually use a lot of digital tools and via Zoom to reach out and even connect with them. So for this session, right, it's a very short session, 30 minutes. Hopefully I will be able to cover as much as I can. Okay, I'll be sharing with you how I reach out and how I actually even convince my client, okay, to close the deal and to connect with me. All right, so I'll be looking at this 5 main framework, okay, namely the market and product knowledge, lead generation, marketing platform, presentation, follow-up, and closing. And this is also the 5 main framework that I always adopt. Okay, let's say I can say that if you are able to master, okay, all the 5 framework, definitely you'll be one of the top achievers, okay, in your agency. All right, first thing first, market knowledge. So why is market knowledge very important? Okay, first thing first is to open up a conversation with your client. Okay, definitely we have more things to share and say and show that you are knowledgeable. Right, also market news, right, used as a form of follow-up tools for you to send to your client or even use it to convince your client. To use sometimes to use it as even an external force or external factor to convince them. So normally, right, what platform that I always use, okay, definitely will be one of the Straits Times. Okay, they are always sent to my client, and also 99.co. So if you look at the slides or the example I have for 99.co, right, they actually categorize, okay, all the property news, right, into financial news, commercial news, home living, and even for agents. So you will be able to really go into each individual and see what are the available or interesting news that you are able to share or even to gain knowledge. Why? Because definitely when the more knowledge you have, right, you'll be able to open a conversation with your client and you're able to connect with your client. So the first thing first that I'm definitely want you guys to inquire is to have market knowledge. All right. Okay, second thing, product knowledge. Okay, product knowledge. Why product knowledge and digital platform is important? Okay, during your so-called your lead generation, okay, definitely you will receive a lot of clients, you know, from your digital platform. first thing first is that definitely you want to reach out, okay, to your client in terms of what are the available listings or even projects in the market, right? So by having a good digital platform, right, you are able to intro client, okay, what are the available products, and also send to them at real time. Okay, you can access anywhere, even you are outside having dinner with your friends here and there, and you're able to send to them, okay, in real time. So example of digital platform we have, okay, for example, if a client is looking at a 3-bedroom, 1.5 million, right? What we have is you're able to customize or even based on what the client requirements that able to churn out the reports, okay, in terms of what types of projects or even products that's available for them, okay, cater to our requirements. So in this screen, you are able to see that other than the information, basic information we have, okay, we also have link, okay, that you're able to click on, okay, for project brochure, okay, even about talking about 360 virtual tour, and also individual unit 3D virtual tour. All right, so we come to lead generation and also marketing platform, right? So why digital platform for marketing? Okay, basically it's as simple as you're going to reach people where they spend most of the time. Okay, example of digital platform can be online property search engine, okay, 99.co, for example, Facebook, YouTube, or even Google Ads. So if you look at the statistics that I show over here, okay, in Singapore, right, okay, most of, I can say that 88%, okay, 88%, right now our Singapore population is about 5.8 million. So nearly about 88%, which brings out to about 5.14 million, okay, that the citizens can go online, right, and making one of the highest internet penetration rate. Okay, they also spend most of their average time, okay, about 6 hours to close to 7 hours of their day on internet. All right, so if you look at the social media statistics, okay, you can see that for social media wise, right, almost 79%, okay, people are using the social media platform. So social media platform, I'm talking about Facebook, YouTube, or even Instagram. So as simple as why nowadays we are looking into a lot of digital marketing is that we are going to reach people where they spend most of their time. So it's either you can so-called do your own setup, or I'm sure that agency, they have their own platform that you can use it, okay, to reach out to your clients. All right, so now I'm talking about presentation. So presentation is one of the very important segment that a lot of us would like to acquire. And this whereby there's a lot of digital tools that we can use. Okay, why use the digital tools for presentation? Okay, first thing first, okay, for example, okay, to be more professional, to be more presentable, okay, example of a home report whereby example like 99.co, SRX, they have their home report, asset wealth report, or even financial calculator. So what is a financial wealth report all about? Later I will share more on more details on what is this report is about. All right, other than being professional and being presentable, okay, by using digital tools, you are able to increase your credibility. Okay, what do you mean by increase your credibility? Okay, increase your credibility means that you are able to show supporting document, okay, to support the fact, okay, that you are sharing with a client. Okay, for example, if you say that 99 years is having a higher appreciation compared to freehold. So where is the supporting documents? So let's say, for example, if you are able to give a very good supporting documents, right, you are able to convince and give confidence to the client. So example of one of the digital platform that I always use is a 99.co researcher. Okay, it's not because today 99.co is having this agent summit, then I am trying to hard sell. No. In fact, I've been using their platform for quite some time already. One of the platforms that I always utilize will be the 99.co researcher. Okay, you prove the point, okay, as a form of support documents to your client to give them the kind of credibility and also the confidence. Okay, other than to increase credibility, and also we are talking about objection handling. Okay, in your so-called the whole process of serving client, definitely there will be some objection that you will be facing. Okay, in terms of what the clients are having. Okay, example, if you talk about resale versus new launch, okay, so maybe their objection was, I feel that resale is better compared to new launch because resale is much cheaper. But are you able to support the fact that new launch is better? Okay, what are the supporting documents that you can show to your clients to let them understand that buying a new launch may be something you'll be looking at? All right. Number 4, convince your client. Okay, how to use digital tools in presentation to convince your client. Sometimes, when you're having a presentation with a client, right? Definitely, you are trying to share with them whether is it a good time to sell. Okay, let's say for example they have a property on hand. Okay, you'll be using X value, which is by the SRX advisor. Okay, to show what are the recent transaction and also what is the X value, okay, for the HDB. Okay, and example of digital platform that I always use or I can recommend will be Nayatoko Researcher, SRX Home Report, whereby SRX Home Report you are able to have a lot of information. Example, the map, the recent transaction, even the rental yield. Okay, all this you can customize and merge. Okay, another platform that I always use will be the SRX Advisor, whereby you are able to find out what are the recent transacted price and also the X value. Later, I will be sharing more on the objection handling and how you actually convince your client. Okay. All right, next, great example of objection handling. Right, a simple illustration, resale versus new launch. I will use that as an example, resale versus new launch. So in this graph, right, okay, you can see that I make use of the Nayatoko Researcher over here. All right, definitely you need to compare 8 to 8, okay, in terms of the location and the surrounding. So for example, I'm using Commonwealth Tower, okay, which is TOP in 2018 to between 2018 to 2019, okay, and also Queens, okay, TOP in 2002. So both are as of the same location that's near to Queenstown MRT station. All right, so this is what I show to my client. Okay, we are actually so-called comparing with the same location and also the same attributes. So if you bring down to this researcher, right, okay, you can see that, okay, one thing that I always like to use is to use the source from the government or even to back up. Okay, for example, right, normally I will use that or share with them that, okay, the data source is from URA, okay, to give them the assurance that all these data are from a government body or a reliable source. All right. So from this researcher graph, you'll be able to tell a lot of stories. Okay, take for example, okay, if you look at the orange, okay, which is a Queens, and also the Commonwealth Tower, which is the blue line. So for the orange, right, Queens, right, you can see that over here, okay, in terms of PSF, okay, definitely it's much lower, okay, compared to Commonwealth Tower, okay, and at the point of launch, right, okay, you can see that the Queens is actually at a much lower PSF versus a Commonwealth Tower. So take for example, today a client, okay, you actually brought them down to Commonwealth Tower and they may want to look at Queens also. Definitely they will. So you can share with them, okay, if you imagine yourself, okay, today, okay, during that point of time when you are looking at doing the preview launch, you're looking at Commonwealth Tower, but instead of buying Commonwealth Tower, okay, you bought Queens, all right, and you thought that this is a much better investment or even at a cheaper price, then you are wrong. Why? If you look at the transaction, right, okay, until 2020, right, you can see that it's a very stable, okay, it's a flat growth. Okay, I can say that it's a negative, okay, appreciation. But let's say, for example, okay, today, okay, you decided, but at the point of time, you decided to buy Commonwealth Tower, you can say that during TOP, okay, which is, if you look at here, right, it's during 2018, 2018, 2019, during TOP, right, you have an appreciation growth of 20%, okay? And over here, the span of about 2020, right, you can see that you have at least a growth of about 11%. So I'm trying to share with them that, okay, buying a new launch, okay, a developer sales, yeah, actually so-called buying at the lowest point, okay, versus if you're buying a resale, right, although it's much cheaper, but the price has already appreciated. All right, so by having, this is a simple example of how I use make use of digital tools to share with the client, okay, why new launch is better or a better buy for investment. Of course, having one slides, okay, example is not enough. Definitely you'll be able to find a lot of different comparison in terms of different area to give them more assurance. Okay, my suggestion would be you can actually go with the north side, west side, central, or even the eastern region to give them the confidence that okay, all the region are having the same trend. Right, so this is one of the example that I have for you guys. Next, okay, how the example of convince your client. All right, okay, you would like to share with them, okay, whether is it a good time to sell? Are you able to manage his asset? Okay, and is your so-called sharing, is it credible and reliable? Okay, so all these you can make use of a lot of digital tools and platform that you are able to give them the confidence and to share with them, okay, reliable facts and even figures. I will share with you, okay, this is one of the asset wealth report that I did, okay, I'll be sharing with you. And this is also one of the report that I used during the lockdown, okay, where I'm able to so-called convince and manage to close the buyer, okay, on the spot through Zoom. Give me a while, huh? Let me get my slides up. All right, so I'm sure you guys are able to see. So this is one of the asset wealth report that I'm going to share with you guys. In fact, we have a lot of platform and I actually combine the few digital platform that we have and merge into a PDF, okay, whereby I'm able to customize and personalize for my client. So this is an example that I've going to share with you. Okay, basically I give you some profile of this buyer. So this buyer of mine, right, he's an upgrader. He's an upgrader and he's looking into buy private property. All right, and his current property HDB at just MOP. All right, so I managed to talk to him through phone, and I have managed to so-called arrange a Zoom session and do a presentation during the lockdown period. So I'm not able to share in detail. Okay, I will actually touch what are the relevant stuff that you all can look at. So for example, this is one of the financial wealth report, financial calculation that I'm able to use one of the financial calculator to port it over. Okay, this is to share with the client if he's willing to buy a property, how much he can loan. All right. Okay, over here. So this client of mine, right? Okay, he's staying in Fernview. Okay, just newly MOP. All right. So I'm going to share with him. Okay, if he were to sell, how much his property worth? All right, and is it a good time to sell? All right. So I'm basically talking about the cash proceed and even what are the CPF return. All right. So based on by using the SRX advisor, I'm able to share with the client, okay, what are the latest sales transaction, and based on the latest sales transaction, I will be able to derive what is the expected price based on its level also. So for example, for this unit itself, okay, the indicative price was about 558,000. So after calculation, right, okay, I'm able to get his cash proceed, and also I include what is the professional fees that I'll be offering. All right. And over here, right, okay, how I actually convince my client to sell now, okay, by using this price simulation, all right, and using the 99.co researcher tools. Okay, from over here, right? Okay, I'm able to use the 99 researcher tools to plot the surrounding area that's nearby to him. Okay, what is the price trend? Okay, and take note that this cluster, right, is MOP about earlier, okay, 2 years ago, okay, much earlier than my client. So I'm able to see, okay, the trend from MOP and after MOP, okay, what is the price trend? So over here, very clearly, you can see that, okay, during MOP, right, which is the peak, all right, and after 1 to 2 years, right, the price start to drop, and after that, it stabilize. All right, so I'm trying to share with you that if you were to know where is FundView, okay, FundView and even Pongo, right, there's a lot of new clusters coming out. So your 5 MOP, right, okay, 1 to 2 years later, right, may not be the latest or the newest one. So that's why you can see that the price actually dropped drastically right during after the MOP. So over here, you can see that 2 years, right, in the short span of 2 years, right, is about 66% down. So I'll actually make use of this 16% down, right, to share with him, okay, to do a simulation. So let's say if you don't sell now, okay, 1 year later, okay, what is the price that you're looking at? So after I do the calculation, right, you can see that, okay, per year is about 8% down. So you can see that the price actually came down to be about 547,000. All right. Of course, the CPF refund is higher because of the accrued interest, and of course, the cash after sales is lower. Okay, if you compare now, okay, cash proceed is 280,000 at this point of time. All right, versus 1 year later is about 262. All right, so I share him. Let's say, for example, 2 years later, what's the price going to be like? 2 years later, I do another price simulation over here. Okay, the price dropped another 8% and it's become 536,000. And from the calculation, right, you'll be able to see that the cash after sales is 225. Okay, compared to the point of time now is 280,000. So you practically lose about almost 60,000 cash. So this sometimes, right, you need not to, because you are trying to so-called bring across your message, but sometimes you are able to use all these digital tools, right, to get what you want from the client. All right. And also, right, okay, this one, I won't talk so much. This one is more about the proposal. Okay, by using report, right, you are able to even give a suggestion or even solution, okay, to make the numbers digestible. Okay, let's say, for example, right, okay, if you look at, okay, if you look at the report, you'll be able to see that, okay, if a client of mine, due to his age, right, buying a 2-bedroom, right, okay, easily during after TOP, okay, his monthly installment was about almost close to 5,000. So this is kind of number, right? Sometimes very difficult, okay, for client to so-called accept. So how to actually make the numbers digestible? So this is where you are able to do your showmanship and show to your client that you are one of the agents that you can manage his portfolio. So one of the slides that came out to be will be option to reduce the loan and even the installment. So this slides, right, you are able to see that I'll be able to so-called bring down his monthly normal payment, right, from 4,858, right, to even as low as 1,006. All right, so let him compare to let me know that if you're not going to use the normal payment, there are other options that you can adopt, and the monthly installment can be lower. So for example, the first column, you can see that he have a lot of CPF and cash. So for him to reduce the loan to 250,000, definitely no problem for him. So it comes out to be monthly installments to be 1,006. Or, okay, if you want to keep your cash and you want to stretch your tenure, you can do it after your CSC. Okay, you can do a refinance, all right, to stretch to 19 years, and your installment came out to be about 3,007. Or even if you feel that this is not what you want, okay, you want to make use of your cash for your other investment, okay, you can go for the normal scheme too. So these are the options that you can give for the client. Okay, so what are the other, all right. So for this client of mine, right, he's looking at the essence, all right. So I need to share with him, okay, why Excel is something that you can look at, and moving forward, right, you'll be a project that will be having appreciation. Normally what I like to use, right, I always like to use all these external platform, okay, sourced from DBS, okay, whereby I can search using online internet. So this is the land price, all right, and per plot ratio is about break-even price, okay, for this so-called project is about 1,002, all right. Over here, I'm sharing with him what is the land prices, and in fact, this is one of the most affordable land price in terms of the land sales, and also this is one of the so-called one of the most affordable projects in the market, which is near the MRT station. Right, this is what I'm going to share with you. Okay, I actually use a lot of government website to share with my client. Okay, for example, right, one of the platforms that I always use is Singapore Synstax, Climate Statistics. So from this Synstax, right, okay, you can share with the client, or you can go into play with it. There's a lot of information that you can utilize. So one of the main reasons, okay, for Singapore to rise the income ceiling, okay, is because what the Singapore average income has increased. All right, so this is what I'm trying to share with my client. And there's a lot of tools that you can use. So I will stop here. Let me see. Okay, I'll go back to the initial slides. Give me a while. All right. So I already touched on, okay, example of how you can convince your client using one of the report that we have, and using some of the tools that we're able to merge the report to become unique and able to customize in terms towards your client needs and also his requirements. All right. So next, follow-up. So follow-up, I can say that it's one of the very most important. Why is it so? This is whereby you accumulate a lot of leads, okay, from one of your various lead generation campaign, and then you need to have a very good CRM platform, okay, whereby you can consolidate all the leads into one platform, and you can so-called use it as a platform to even follow up. So for example, this is one of the platform that we use and we have it. Okay, so for this platform itself, right, you are able to channel all your marketing campaign into this application itself, and you can even group them, okay, into different groups of projects. Let's say, for example, you have been doing a few projects, and you can group them into different segments. Okay, one thing take note is that for this so-called CRM, right, you can even create templates. Means that you can customize different SMS, okay, in templates to send to a client. So this will actually cut short a lot of your time. Okay, why? Because follow-up is one of the very important segment. It's also, I can say that it's also one of the segment that a lot of us will feel that is a chore. Why? Because imagine, do they have a lot of leads, okay, accumulated, okay, in terms of database, and you want to actually follow up with them, but how are you going to follow up with them, okay, if you don't have a proper system? So this is whereby a good follow-up system, a good CRM, okay, comes into place. All right. So for this system itself, right, we are able to customize or even create templates to send to client, okay, in masses. Okay, one thing good about this CRM, okay, you can even, okay, share with them files. Okay, if you look at the arrow over here, you can share with them files, and you can even look, okay, and you can even see, okay, has the client open up your files, all right, and how many times have they read? So this is a very good so-called platform, and also a very good indicative whether is the buyer genuine or not, or whether the information or the files that you are sending to your client has they actually read up. So let's say, for example, if you know that they are reading up, right, and they actually read up, take some time to read, so you can verify or justify that this client might be one of the very genuine. Okay, you can even, okay, text them immediately, okay, after they have read it. So this is a very good CRM platform that we have, and it helps you to improve your efficiency, definitely, okay, your effectiveness, and you're able to convert more leads, okay, into closing, okay, in time to come. All right, so this is one of the platform that we have over here. All right, so that's all for my sharing. This is a very short session, okay, whereby I'm not able to cover in details everything, but hopefully, okay, this sharing will be able to give you some value add, and also to know what are the digital platform that you can use, okay, in the future. So with that, right, thank you everyone for having me here, and I wish you guys good luck and close more deals. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. And you're absolutely right about the importance of leveraging digital platforms and data for agents to market the listings, presentation with their clients, and increasing credibility as well as objections handling, which all leads ultimately to convincing your clients into buying or selling, you know, whatever you are trying to tell them to do. All right, so before we move on to our final speaker for the event, our event partner Oxley would like to share one more project, just one more project with all of you, and sharing with us about Mayfair Modern is its project IC, Sergius Sear, Group Division Director at Propnex.
thank you, 99.co, and also all of you for joining us today. So my name is Sergius. I'm actually the lead IC for PropNext at Mayfair Collections, which include Mayfair Modern. Okay, so today I will be sharing on behalf of developer Oxley on the project that really has a special place in my heart, because I'm very, very passionate about the King Albert Park as well as the Mayfair area. So without further ado, let us go on. Okay, so for those of you who are not aware of where is Mayfair Modern, so maybe allow me to do a very simple introduction. So for those of you who have been in and about of around Bukit Timah and Upper Bukit Timah area, there are a few key launches in that district at the moment. But critically, we need to know one very, very important differentiation. There is a divide. There's a golden line. There's a magical line that is along the red line that I just drew. To my left, anything above that is Upper Bukit Timah, and that encompasses areas such as Beauty World, Hillview, and Jalan Jurong Kechil. Anything to the right of this magical line is Bukit Timah, and specifically Mayfair Modern is located within the main Bukit Timah Road. Okay, and that's where purchasers as well as investors look towards when they invest in this area. So specifically, we are in the King Albert Park vicinity of Bukit Timah. Okay, so what makes the King Albert Park vicinity in Bukit Timah unique? If you look at this marvelous drone shot overview, you can see that generally it is private estate, and it's not just private estate, it is a predominantly landed, and specifically we are in a good class bungalow enclave. Okay, for those of you who may know, good class bungalows are only gazetted in specific planning areas, and King Albert Park is home to quite a few of those especially gazetted good class bungalows areas. So pure private residential housing, in fact, majority landed and good class bungalow. So this is a nice shot whereby we highlight the key amenities that are surrounding Mayfair Gardens and Mayfair Modern. Both of them are sisters project. So for those of you who like more, you can find out from your respective ICs or head down to the sales gallery. Okay, so Mayfair Garden, Mayfair Modern, a few things. If you follow my mouse tracer, I think the wonderful thing that it is first and foremost within 5 minutes walking distance to the King Albert Park MRT station. And in today's market, to get a brand new launch and product so close to the MRT station in such a prestigious address, I think those are very few and far within. Okay, so and if you look at it, some of the hot topic which I'm going to touch on later is the presence of the rail corridor. I think it hit the news later. I'll do more when I go into that. And many amenities within the surrounding areas which are iconic and synonymous with a lot of Singaporeans. Link at 896, formerly known as Sime Darby Centre, but bought over recently. KAP Mall. They undergone a revamp. This is no longer the KP Mall or 3 to 4 years ago. This is a brand new KP Mall. They found their own identity, led by the Eagle Wings group. There's also, of course, Bukit Timah Plaza, Bukit Timah, the very famous Bukit Timah Hawker Centre, and also the nearby Chong Chinam Eateries. And without forgetting, of course, the highlight of the King Albert Park vicinity is that Rifle Range Road, where Mayfair Modern is located, we have direct access to the foot side of Bukit Timah Hill. You can lead it into the Domestic Club area. So we are in a very, very prestigious neighborhood within the Bukit Timah enclave. Okay, so remember, Mayfair Modern is in Bukit Timah. And this is the other side view. I think it is interesting to observe the other side is because this presents the view specifically for Mayfair Modern units, because quite a lot of the external facing units at Mayfair Modern gets to have an unparalleled view of the rail corridor, which is now a hot topic issue. Everybody's going there. So later, let's do a little bit of a sharing. Okay, so hopefully everybody understands you're paying good money for high value product. Okay, so this is the site map of Mayfair Garden and Mayfair Modern combined. Okay, of course, today specifically we are talking a little bit more about Mayfair Modern. So for those of you who are just wondering how come there's Mayfair Garden, Mayfair Modern, Mayfair Collections, Officially, this site is called Mayfair Collections. Oxley, our developer, launched the Mayfair Garden site back in third quarter of 2019. Mayfair Modern was launched slightly later in the second quarter of 2019, and the specs and finishing of Mayfair Modern was designed to be of a much higher range. So Mayfair Modern is a premium product, but due to the sensitivity in pricing, we are offering something that is very attractive to home buyers. You don't have to break your bank in order to obtain a house and unit at Mayfair Modern. Okay, so other than that, important thing, why are people coming to King Albert Park? I think it's important to highlight we have two very prestigious primary schools within 1 kilometer, Methodist Girls School as well as Pei Hwa Presbyterian Primary School. I think in Singapore, which is education centric, it is very, very hard to find a project or a new launch or a residential condo development in general that has a proximity of 1 kilometer to 2 primary schools. And I think this is when King Albert Park and even Bukit Timah's position as a general education haven actually stands out tremendously. Okay, so for those of you who have buyers who are looking for schools and yet the attractive entry price and near MRT, I think this is a rare gem indeed along the Bukit Timah enclave. Okay, so I think this is the hot topic issue. I'm sure many of you in audience and attendance should have been through or saw this or may have gone for a personal hiking. The rail corridor officially opened its doors around 4 weeks ago. Nowadays, every weekend, places along the whole rail corridor from Hillview all the way to the King Albert Park area is jam-packed. So all the shopping malls, KP Mall, Link at A96, Bukit Timah Hawker Center, Bukit Timah Plaza, they are packed. Okay, so the rail corridor is a rejuvenation project of the former Malaysian railway track. The government has decided to conserve it. So this official portion between Hillview and King Albert Park is the first phase to be open. And I think the beautiful thing is that Mayfair Gardens, as well as Mayfair Modern, our sponsored project, is directly in front of the rail corridor. Okay, so if you want, do feel free to check it out, and then you can just pop by the sales gallery with your own ICs and agencies. Okay? So another interesting thing, it's not just green and all green. So there is a very landmark development that is happening within close proximity, maybe 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes walk to the future Jalan Anak Bukit Integrated Transport Hub. This land parcel will be bidded under the extremely rare dual envelope land tender system. Okay, so the land tender was just extended to 29th of June. So I think this creates another opportunity for buyers to re-enter before the tender close. So for more information, you can find out. I think it's very exciting, very big land plot. I think it will totally transform the Bukit Timah landscape in the next few years. So again, so the integrated transport hub is coming up and it's very, very close to where Mayfair Modern is located. I think some interesting thing, if you look at URA planning, if you look at the latest 2019 master plan, there are 8 land parcels that have just been drawn in the very prestigious Holland Plains area. So for reference, this is the site of Mayfair Gardens and Mayfair Modern. If you look at the mouse cursor, the current show flag here is right beside King Albert Park MRT station, and the government has drawn this new 8 land parcels. So with new land parcels in the surrounding vicinity, I think it forms as a price support or price appreciation price point, and all these land parcels are currently much further away from King Albert Park MRT station. Okay, so new land parcels in the area is always good for the existing development, okay, because of how the government actually control the land price in the area with the subsidiary sale. So I think with price support coming in, I think it's very, very exciting times to hit. So without further ado, I think most of you, we would like to invite you to bring your clients down. And I think some key facts of Mayfair Modern that I'd like to share with everybody: 171 units across 2 towers, on 8 stories. Okay, so if you are comparing between the Mayfair Modern and Mayfair Garden sister project, for those of you who have seen Mayfair Garden before, Mayfair Garden is only up to level 5. For those who want slightly high rise a little bit, Mayfair Modern is the answer, and the specifications are much higher for Mayfair Modern. We are going to have natural marble flooring, we're going to have quartz countertop, we have even prestigious brands such as Gaggenau. Gaggenau, they use Gaggenau here at Mayfair Modern. Very, very few developers use it, but for Mayfair Modern units, all units will come with Gaggenau and Bosch appliances. Okay, high specs, very, very attractive entry price. So what are the kind of entry price that we're looking at? So for 1 bedroom, generally starting from 1.054 million, 2 bedroom, 1.359, 800, 2 bedroom premium from 1.45, 2 plus study 1.647, 3 bedroom 1.953, 3 bedroom premium from 2.274, and 4 bedroom from 2.564. So you can see very, very attractive entry price from 1,009 to just above 2,000 per square foot for a prime Bukit Timah address along the main Bukit Timah Road. And we are at the heart of so many transformations. And beyond that, as real estate agents, I think we are also looking to bring back the income back home for our family. Our developer here, Oxley, very, very generous. All direct closing agents will walk away with 3.7% closing commission. Of course, it's subjected to change anytime, but very, very attractive rate. And a fast commission do apply here at Mayfair Modern, whereby 1% will be paid out to you immediately after the 5% check clears. Okay, so many things that's happening, such an attractive entry price. Definitely, Mayfair Modern is a project that is not to be missed. Okay, so do make an appointment with your respective ICs, and I'd like to hand over the time back to the host at 99.co. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much, Sergius. This is another great project for those who love the zen and tranquil living like I do. Now, as we are nearing the event, right, I would just like to call out again about our exclusive event promo. The discounted performer package is available only today and closes at the end of the day. So do reach out to your account managers quickly. And for our current subscribers, you also get a $100 voucher that you can use with any 99 Group packages and products. And that includes the credits you can use to refresh your listings or upgrade them to must-see listings. So get in touch with your account managers as soon as you can. Now, I also like to remind everyone who signed up for Agent Summit and attend the full event will be eligible to earn 2 non-cost CPD points, but also note that the issuance of these non-cost CPD points is also subject to your respective agency KEO's approval and processes. Now, agents, do you have what it takes to become the best? What are the characteristics an agent must have to excel in the face of great challenges? For our final segment of our Agent Summit event, we have Alex Lim from ERA Realty Network Private Limited sharing with us what it takes to excel in a crisis. Alex is the Group Division Director at ERA Advisory and the co-founder of the Preeminence Group. Now over to you, Alex.
Okay, thanks, Ning. So a very good afternoon to everyone. Thanks once again, 99Co, for actually your special invite again for this Agent Summit. I think this virtual experience is really, really great. I think it's even a bigger event than your previous, live audiences at Toa Payoh, right? So I think this time round, I think it's a very different segment for all of us. I think thanks also to Kelvin and Dave for your special segment, earlier on. I think for me, as mentioned, we only have 30 minutes. So I think I just want to give the best I can, in this very 30 minutes. Okay, so when I was handed this title, what it takes to excel in a crisis, I think this is a very important subject for especially myself. And I think I want to share as much as I can, to all our attendees, this very afternoon. Okay, so I'm going to proceed. So a little bit of myself. Basically, my name is Alex. I'm the co-founder of Preeminence Group. I'm also one of the advisory group division directors of ERA. So I basically started this industry when I was like in age 22, right? So I jumped straight into the real estate without knowing, what's happening. Yeah, I graduated from a diploma in building and real estate management. So for the past 15 years, I think I have always, been in real estate, day in, day out, doing sales, building teams, coaching my agents, of course, handling the different projects for the company. So I think I am, like the real estate person. So every day of my life is about real estate. So today, what's more important? Okay, what's more important is this. I think my mission here this very afternoon is to basically empower and to elevate a new generation of realtors. Okay, because why? Because I think in the past, I don't think we have this kind of opportunities, like this, listening to some people, talk in front of the screen, or even teaching us what to do. So, previously we had our crises, from SARS for those who are, very long in the industry. We also had Lehman Brothers, and I think it was a really, really, bad situation. And then, of course, many of us, got out of it. And this time around, we have COVID, right? So it may be very, very new to us. So I just want to highlight a little bit on how we can actually, improve ourselves, elevate ourselves, and, be what we call crisis proof. Okay, so I think before I even start, I just want to know, are you all still awake? Because I know I'm in between you and your two non-call. If you're awake, can you press the raise hand button? Then I know you're awake. If not, every time talking, like you think this is recorded. No, this is a live, training. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, great. So the first question I want to ask is, how's the market, right? So this is the question I want to ask all of you. So I know you cannot answer me, but in your mind, probably you'll be thinking, how's the market? So for those who says it's good, wow, great, right? So you have been doing quite well. For those, of course, you say, maybe my business is not so good, right? So, but end of the day, okay, I just want to know, this time round, this crisis, is it a market crisis or is it agent crisis? Who says a market crisis? Show of hands. Or who says an agent crisis? Click the raise hand button. Agent also got crisis, right? Market can be good, but if you are not doing well, means it's the agent crisis, right? If the market is good, you are doing good, by all means, continue to do what you're doing, right? So this time round, of course, I'll do my level best to show you to share with you some of the moves, 4 moves that can actually excel in every crisis, okay? So first move I want to share with you is this big word called collaboration. Okay, I think we grew up, in a world of a lot of independence, but I think in this time of the world already, okay, we probably need to collaborate. Okay, even big brands collaborate right now. Street brands, luxury brands, they also collaborate. So what do I mean by collaboration, right? So in real estate, whenever you face crisis, whether is it market crisis or agent crisis, you have to collaborate with the team. Okay, you have to collaborate with your manager, your teammates, because why? 2 heads are always better than 1, right? So you have to meet up with them, talk to them. So actually, during the pandemic last year, suddenly everybody was locked down. We ourselves also, we got a shock. But I think what we did was we really gathered all our leaders, to really sit down and every day, to share, right? To speak to people over Zoom, right? So that's what we did, plainly just sharing. And for 60 days, every single day they're sharing. So whether or not, we also don't want this to happen, but moving forward to the way that you want to get out of every situation, ladies and gentlemen, I know there are many, many what we call, Eskimos. Why I call Eskimos? Because you always like to build your igloo on Iceland, right? And then hiding inside the igloo, one person, what I call one-man show. Who's a one-man show? Show of hands. One-man show. I know, sometimes, it's good to be one-man show, good to be independent, but sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you really need to work with your team, okay? Because the team accelerates growth, okay? Second, what kind of benefits you get out of collaboration, okay? Is basically you're able to enter new markets, okay? You're able to enter new markets because why? If the market is moving and if your business is not moving, means probably you are also in the wrong market. True or not? True. You might be in the wrong market, right? You see all your colleagues, how come they are closing deals? I'm not closing. Maybe you are in the wrong market. Maybe, just maybe, right? So you have to go out and speak to people. Then, of course, let's go to a little bit of practicality. So what can be done in collaborations? What I call co-listings. Sometimes you have agents that say, hey, I don't have any listings. How? Basically, you do have teammates that have listings, right? So you can actually reach out to them, of course, with their permission, with the permission of the owners. You all can work together. It's called collaboration, or work together, maybe from there you enter a new market, right? Maybe you have a friend that says, hey, I'm doing a Sentosa or I'm doing a CBD. Maybe from there you work together with them. Maybe you get a new experience, right? So just collaborate. And of course, for those, in terms of collaborations of marketing, again, you say, hey, I don't have things that can do. Totally untrue. If you really are committed, committed to success, basically you have, colleagues that say, hey, I'm very shy about videos. Then you can actually offer yourself to say, hey, maybe I can take videos for you. We can co-work something out. So end of the day, what I'm trying to say is this, ladies and gentlemen, you have to try to collaborate because you will be pleasantly surprised. Okay, you will be pleasantly surprised. Right? You do not know what orange and turquoise come out to be a special flavor. You don't know. Okay, and also ultimately, just a tip for those who are here this very afternoon. Just a tip. Also, digital marketing can collaborate, right? Because a lot of times you will think, hey, digital marketing is expensive. I do not know how to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all about accountability. Okay, so moving forward, if you want to succeed, in especially this kind of a digital marketing era, it's always good for you to collaborate. And of course, the last part of collaboration, okay, collaboration to me can actually help you save money. Okay, so I'm also a believer of marketing. So the thing is this, I believe a lot of you are also doing a lot of mailers, right? A lot of mailers day in, day out, which is very, very useful for today. So do you want to basically, okay, so let's do this. So anyone wants to save 50% of your mailer cost and yet get the same effectiveness? Can I have a show of hands? A 50% cost of savings and yet get the same results. Who wants can show of hands? If you don't show of hands, then I don't click the next already. Then we just end here. No. Okay, so thank you so much for your engagement. Keeps me alive. So collaboration helps you save money. How? Okay, just for example, who can you collaborate with? Because when you are in a crisis, or whether is it the market in a crisis, you want to be able to sustain. So sustainability is important. If not, you get kicked out of the business, right? So in order to sustain, you probably, just probably, let me just show you some examples. You can actually collaborate with cross industries. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, on the left, I just give an example. This is a screenshot by one of my agents. They say that, this agent basically texts someone, say that, hey bro, you have to share some costs with the flyers. My budget a bit tight. I want to find some contractors to share advertisement. And what did the contractor reply? Okay, right? So, maybe one side agent, one side, contract. So these are things that are not new. But the thing is this, whether is it a reminder, whether is it a tip for you, okay, relook into this because all these are part of your business costs. Okay, so really look into it. And of course, one more example of one of my agents that sent me. So this lady sent me and say, all the chit chat, and she said, oh, by the way, I secured a water filtration system and a cleaning company to do flyers together. Then I said, well, of course, why lower your cost? So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just probably some reminders to let you know, okay, if you want to sustain long-term in this business, you probably got to lower your cost, okay? And I think collaboration is part of it, okay? So collaboration, it accelerates groups, right? It actually tickles your mind, inspires new ideas. Okay, collaboration helps you enter new markets or probably change the market you are in, right? And of course, collaboration can help you save money, right? So this is one point that I want to talk about. Next important thing is what we call raising visibility. You need to raise your visibility, in order to be a crisis-proof agent. So how do you differentiate yourself from competition? So there's so many of us out there, 30,000 agents, right? You're doing same old things over and over again. So we need to find a way to differentiate ourselves, right? So then comes this word. That comes this word called what? Branding, right? So sales versus branding. But I think this word is overrated because people always say branding, but what do you really mean by branding? So I just want to go a little bit in depth on what's the meaning of branding. So I mean, sales and branding, what's the difference? So this is a chart I pull out that to show you, okay? This basically this red color, or is it the pink color line? Okay, it's actually your branding, okay, what you do and the results over a period of time, okay? But look at the green lines. The green lines is what we always do, what I always do also, right? It's what I call sales. If you do prospecting, you get sales. If you don't prospect, you get no sales. You prospect, you get sales. You don't prospect, you don't get sales. So your business goes up and down, up and down. So who has the same experience as me? Up and down business one. I also have, I got to admit. Okay, so your business will be like, oh, if I do it, I got money. If I don't do it, I get no money, right? So this is how a lot of us have been doing business. But I just want to share with you, okay, if you want to sustain, if you want to break out of the norm, you have to focus on branding, okay? There will be this thing called the tipping point, which is this part, okay? Over a period of time, you may not see results in the beginning, but over a period of time, there will be a time when if you were to stop doing marketing, your clients will continue to call you. Who wants that? Show of hands. Who wants that? I also want that, right? So you have to do it over a period of what? Time. 时间, this thing called time. Okay, it's not an instant result. So if you want, okay, to chase your customer, or do you want your customers to chase you, right? So end of the day, okay, we want you to focus on branding because you will definitely be able to break out of the norm. Okay, so with branding comes this. Take a look at this. These are Jenga blocks. Jenga blocks. So your business, okay, how do you want your business to look like? Do you want a stable business on the left, or do you want a shaky business on the right? Okay, because they say, Alex, yeah, so now I believe in branding. So what should I do? What should I do in branding, right? So to me, okay, on the left is what I call an evergreen business, because in this line, I just felt very blessed. I'm in real estate. I believe you guys are also blessed that you see, today when we're outside talking to our friends, or even, people in business, they say, hey, well, business is bad, but you know why real estate is like crazy, right? So real estate itself, I think this business to me is, I really treasure it. It's really great. So if you want your business to continue, okay, it has to be an evergreen business. You have to take action, okay, to actually create what we call evergreen content, okay, versus creativity, okay, because I know a lot of us are very creative. I want to give the new ideas, a lot of creativity, but trust me, you want to build your business based on fundamentals, based on a good foundation. So what is evergreen content? Okay, what's the meaning of this word evergreen? Not the evergreen, the Swiss canal, is it that one that blocked? No, I'm talking about evergreen. What's the meaning of evergreen? Okay, evergreen means this. Evergreen content is content that will last over time, okay? And it never goes out of style. So we need to create evergreen content that never goes out of style, right? Evergreen content is a content that maintains relevance throughout the year and provides valuable information to the public. Okay, so you have to provide valuable information. At the end of the day, okay, evergreen content actually has the ability to generate very high quality leads. Okay, so who wants to know some samples of evergreen content? Can you click the raise hand? I want you all to practice your finger lah. Go to end already. A while more, you get your 2 points already. Meanwhile, get the best out of it. Okay, so thank you so much for your engagement. So what do I mean by evergreen content? So I think as a real estate salesperson, which I don't like to call myself, whether it's a trusted advisor or as a realtor, I think, okay, all of us should at least have these three, evergreen branding, inside our pocket. Okay, so number one, you must have a professional about you. Okay, why you join this line, what you are doing, what are your values, what is your mission towards society, right? So these are the videos and write-ups and stories and blogs that you should have in your pocket, because today all your clients will interview you through all this. Now today is no longer resume. Today is they go online, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, they will check who is this person. So it's always good to have all this inside your portfolio. And of course, next one, testimonials. Okay, if your target market is the millennials, then please have the millennials, as testimonials, because these are what we call social proof, right? People are very social, right? Social, human behavior is social. So they always follow people that they believe in and that contributes to that particular market, right? So if you're targeting the elderly, saying that, hey, how am I going to help you retire? Then you can have a lot of your retirees testimonial. So testimonial is one of the strongest. Okay, I say again, testimonials are one of the strongest, okay, word of mouth, right? So this time round, we're going to have a lot of digital word of mouth, right? So have testimonials in your pocket. It's a must, because all these are evergreen. It never goes out of style. Okay, and of course, last but not least, you must have showcase your services, knowing about you. Yeah, we understand. Yeah, you have testimonials. Now, what do you do? Right? Like what our speakers share, just now, you can actually empower them, share with them what kind of portfolio, what can they buy, what kind of updates you actually do for them. All these things has to be documented. Okay, so all these, if you ask me, one of the best ways is to do videos today. Okay, so I think at the industry level of 30,000 agents, I don't see a lot. I think two hands I can count. So I think we are much more, prepared for this. Let's do more and create more results. Okay, so one more tip about videos. One more tip, because I don't want all of you to waste your effort. Okay, one more tip, because I do see agents that do videos, but they are not getting results. Okay, so who here does video not getting results? Maybe you all did videos before. So one of the tips is this. If today you are doing videos, I want you all to maximize your videos. Okay, every video that you do, okay, if you do not get this minimum number of views, I think you have, really, you didn't maximize and squeeze the potential of the video. Okay, so one tip for you guys who are doing videos, okay, if you want to do videos, ensure that your video has to have a minimum of 10,000 views. Okay, be it whether is it on the blogs, or do you pay social what we call sponsored ads or anything, up to you. But at the end of the day, this video, you really spend time, effort, to create. You must reach out to the audience, because when I look at videos, I see 500 views. Then I know this agent spent a lot of effort. We want to do a prospecting, but no results. It's because you did not make use of it to reach out. Okay, so do make use of all this to reach out. Okay, so this is really timeless. Okay, so it's for you to reach out. And because branding makes competition irrelevant. Whether you upside down this golden arch, you put left, right, center, they will still know who you are because of branding, right? So you have to keep up all these branding works. Okay, so third point I want to talk about is invest in digital. When people hear the word invest, they say, wow, Alex, spend money again. Yes. Most realtor today, who wants to make money? Show of hands. I want to make, how much? 10,000, 3,000, 100,000, right? Everybody wants. But look at the right side. The other side, I don't, but always the but comes on. But I don't wish to invest money. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the truth be told, I think there's no such business. Have you let me know also. So yes, this is what is happening in today's market. I'm not asking you to spend a lot. I'm just saying that, at the end of the day, we should not have this mindset. Because why? Digital today is consolidating. You may think of this word as, so difficult. There's so many things out there. I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got do branding, I must do website. Don't worry so much, because today, okay, these are our top leading platforms in Singapore. Okay, most active. We have our YouTube. Everybody should know YouTube. We have our WhatsApp. Okay, we have Facebook and Instagram. So these are the few platforms that are performing well today. Okay, so if you are not on YouTube, then my next question is, then where are you? If this business of real estate is important to you, you must be here, right? And of course, we all should have WhatsApp. So this one need not say. And of course, Facebook. People say, hey, Alex, Facebook, I'm not. I think that's all excuses, right? Even, we have agents that are 84 years old, they are using Facebook. So I don't think it's about, whether is it the technology. I think it's about us, whether is it the agent, whether are we willing to take that step or not, okay? And of course, we have your Instagram. So if you master these platforms, you master your business, okay? So if you master these platforms, you master your business. So there isn't many platforms out there for you. So I don't think there's going to be 100 things for you to learn. No, just a few things. You master it, you master your business. Okay, and also I think a lot of agents probably are missing out a lot of opportunities on social media. Okay, because I'm a social media guy, I'm always on social media. I'm looking at people doing social media advertisements. I think yes, first we must do a breakthrough to be on social media, right? That's number one. Number two, okay, do you know, okay, that whatever we do on Facebook today, if you are getting results, good, because by right you're only maximum having 5,000 friends only on Facebook, true or not? Or 5,000 friends, that's your maximum, reach already, So this is what we call the circle of influence, right? So your COI. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is just a fraction. Okay, I say again, the people that you see on Facebook are just a fraction of the real market out there. Okay, you know our population 5/million. Okay, but the ones that are on Facebook, maybe 3/million to 4 million. So if you are not tapping this market, okay, you are basically missing out a lot. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So today in Facebook, don't just post, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, you need to what? Reach out to the real market, and this is what we call sponsored posts. Okay, you have to really look into investing in it if you want to make good money. Okay, not just your normal posting. Okay, so for this, okay, how many times do you think you should run advertisements on social media? Can one, if you think it's more than once a week, can you just raise your hand? More than once a week. Who says 3 times a week? Raise your hand. So what do you think? What do you think my answer is? Guys, if you want to take this to a whole new level, you have to run your digital ads daily. Okay, period. Okay, no other ways to do it already. Okay, you have to run it daily because everyone is on social media. Okay, every day it's there. Whether is it your portals, whether is it 99Co, whether is it YouTube, whether is it Facebook, you have to have ads that's running every single day. Now, my next question: do you wish to increase your $1,000 a month to 100,000? Who wants? Can I have a show of hands? Who wants to increase? Okay, because definitely there are things that people are doing differently. True or not? True, right? So if you are $1,000 agent, you will do the $1,000 agent way. If you are the $10,000, you do the $10,000. And I think all this is important for us to know, because to me as a new agent, when I came on board, I only had the target of what? Maybe I want to make like 3,000 a month, which is fair. But if I have this mindset, I won't think of a bigger game. True. So I think today, what I want you guys to take note is there's always a greater game outside. So I like to share with you this story because this actually inspired me when I was young. So from there, maybe it will just help you, inspire you as well. So imagine today, don't just sell real estate. Imagine today you are selling fruits. Okay, let's go with my story. Okay, so today imagine you are selling fruits. Okay, so today, okay, say, okay, I want to set up a business. I want to sell fruits. So how should I even sell fruits, right? So later I'm going to relate to real estate, but how am I going to sell fruits today? Oh, I'm going to order the fruits, and what would I do? Maybe I will just set up a fruit store, right? Now you will see those people selling fruits along the streets. So this is how normally what people will do, right? And of course, you think they'll be making $1,000 or they're making 100,000. Of course, they're making like maybe $1,000, right? So this is the business model, the business mindset of this particular fruit store. So from here, $1,000 a day. Do you want to make like $10,000 a day? You want, right? So if you want, okay, you have to probably change your way of doing and thinking, right? So can you actually sell fruits in a local fruit market? Can, right? So with a different environment, right? Different marketplace, same product, probably you a different result, right? So it will probably you a different result. Let's say, okay, wow, I'm making like good 10,000, wow, I'm like king of the, wow, last time, when I was young, 23 years old, when I make 10,000, I was like, wow, the king of the world. But if you really go outside, you see people are making good money, right? So yes, you want to improve again. Then how can we continue to go up and scale up and level up this business? Yes, right? So from a local food market, maybe let's change your business model towards a fruit distributor, right? So same fruits again, you are ordering fruits, but this time around you are distributing it towards a chain of what? Supermarkets, everywhere in Singapore. So do you think you make more money? I believe yes, but do you think you will have to do more collaborations with these people? Yes, also, right? So there are a lot of things that need to change behind the scene. And of course, you got to go higher, or make 100,000. Then of course you can basically go global. Okay, so why do I say this? Because today in real estate, digital, like today, sitting here talking to the screen, I may be like myself in this room, like very quiet. But do you know behind these screens, there are hundreds of you, nearly just a pop-up figure, near 1,000 of you all behind the screen. Do you all know? Okay, so it's good work by 99Co. Previously, when we were in a live audience, we only had like 400. This time round, we have so many of you behind the scenes because of this word called scalability. So, ladies and gentlemen, this word is called scalability. Okay, so what is scalability? Okay, it's the speed and capacity of change that can accommodate growth. Okay, doing the same thing, but having a different result, having a different audience. Okay, so that's why I want to share with this word. It's called sales on scale. So one-to-one scales versus sales on scale. Who says sales on scale will make more money? Can I show of hands? Just click the raise hand. You all cannot type, so click raise hand. So one-to-one sales is important. Yes, you talk to a client, you can address them, but if you want to scale your business to a new level, okay, you basically need to sell on scale. You need to speak to more people. Okay, it's the same talk, same training, same empowerment, but probably to more people, right? So this is something I think we are really heading towards. Okay, so this is the chart that I basically draft out myself. So what's the digital future for realtors? Okay, because people are worried. So Alex, all these digital things are happening. Will it like push me out of the market? Guys, don't worry, because this time round, okay, digital is here to support us. Okay, it's here to help us transact even faster. So as an agent, okay, we have to go up this chart. Okay, so first level of agents to me is what I call transactional. So transactional means, with or without you, things still happen, right? So you just help the client transact and bye-bye, that's it. Because this skill has been with us for the past 10 over years. Everybody knows how to close a deal. Everybody knows how to do rental. Everybody knows how to do, closing. So these are what we call transactional. Everybody has good service, right? Everybody can service their client very well. But this time around with digital, you all need to learn more new skills. So if you move up the chain, is what we call sales and marketing. Okay, so from there is a totally different skill already. Sales and marketing, the focus is probably on the product. The product can be, the project on hand. The product can be you yourself, right? Can be you yourself means branding. Okay, the product can also be, okay, digital media. So all these things change. For example, okay, we need to learn skills like copywriting. We need to learn skills like how to get people to click my advertisement, right? It's a very different skill. It's no longer transactional. Okay? We need to learn very different skills. So should I use Facebook, or should I use Instagram, or should I use LinkedIn? So these are, again, new skills that we should acquire. And ultimately, if you ask me, okay, if you want to really, really, be digital, ready and future proof, you have to enter the highest tier, which I call empowerment. Okay, so with digital today, I think you are able to reach out to a bigger group of audience with your knowledge, right? So today, for those who are good at helping clients, with their portfolios, share it, right? So for those who are good at helping clients sell within, how many days, you have a lot of videos, digital services. Yes, you have to share all this with the client. Okay, you have to reach out to the client, and I think at this age, it's also for us to empower our clients, because empowerment doesn't go out of style as well. Okay, so teaching is very important. So you empower your clients, you educate your clients. That's where you continue to grow your business. Okay, so I'll give you some samples. So for example, why Mark loses money on his first property. I believe you'll see advertisements like that before. So this is what I call explainer, videos, right? So why Mark loses, money on his first property. This is just like a headline. With this headline, if you don't learn the skill to convert them, for example, converting means what? How you can avoid it. So there must be this kind of flow, right? So these are the kinds of advertisement where the client can click on it, okay, and then reach out to you through your website, through your whatever, trainings and things like that. Yeah, from there, you again can build credibility. Okay, so I know it's not easy, it's a difficult skill, but I believe there are agents outside who are really prepared to go out on all this. Okay, so webinars as well. It can be live, it can be Insta stories. I think why are you not getting listings is probably because clients are giving these people the listings. True or not? There's the equal market of listings outside. So it's either the clients give it to them, who know how to do, or they give it to you, right? So you have to be on the other side of the coin. Okay, you have to add a lot of value to the customer in order to get their listings. So this is my fundamental belief. Okay, my belief is always this. Okay, the money you will make is in direct proportion to the value you add to the marketplace. I say again, the money you make is in direct proportion to the value you add to the marketplace. So if you are making money, good, continue to do what you're doing. If you are not, okay, rethink again your business. Are you adding the value to the customer? Are you making use of analyzer? Are you making use of portals to talk to the client? Right? So this is something that you probably need to rethink in terms of your business. Okay, so these are basically the 4 moves, because I just want to go into the business, soft skills. So the 4 moves that I talk about. Number 1, okay, to really embrace crisis and to get over it, you have to, number 1, collaborate. Okay, so this is important. It raises all of your awareness and your ideas. It opens you to new markets. Okay. Second, you need to raise visibility. Okay, this whole thing itself, whether you don't, we may not be out of the woods, or you never know. Maybe, I don't know. I also hope not. Lockdown again, things like that. Then who will the customers choose? Okay, so today, just continue to raise visibility. Okay. Next, you have to invest in digital. Whether is it a digital tech tools, or whether is it just investing in more branding, right? So investing in digital is important. Okay, and last but not least, okay, you have to sell on scale, right? Sales on scale. You need to speak to 100 people to get 1 lead, right? Now, to get 1 listing. So you need to continue, okay, to make use of digital platforms to reach out to a greater audience. Okay, so I think I've come to the end of my session. Okay, so I just want to end with this quote. So to me, there's no sunset business, okay? So long as you have a sunrise mindset, there will always be opportunities for you, okay? So long as you have a sunrise mindset, okay, you will have opportunities. So from here, who has a sunrise mindset? Can I have a show of hands? Just click sunrise. There's no sunrise. Just click the show hand button. Click, don't close deal. You must click, then you will close deal, okay? So you must have a sunrise mindset regardless of whatever is happening in the market. Okay, so I think this year, really wish all of you the very best again. I believe you guys will emerge stronger than ever. Okay, so feel free to reach out with me if needed. And I think I've ended my very, very short session, but I hope you guys are take 1 or 2 tips that can improve your business. I think I'll be very happy. Okay, so if 1 or 2 things can change your business, I think that's sufficient for me. Okay, so thank you so much. I just want to hand you back to 99Co Ning. Thank you, Ning. You can have it back with you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. You need to unmute yourself, Ning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Alex. Well, these are all very important qualities that all of us will need to continue persevering through the rest of the pandemic period. The foremost to excel in every crisis, collaborate with the team, collaborate with the owners, and even cross-industry, raising your visibility and differentiating yourself from the competitors through long-term branding, investing in digital, that's so important, and as well as selling on scale so that you can grow. Now, we have come to the end of 99 Group's first ever virtual agent summit, and I hope all of you had a great time and had learned so much from our amazing speakers. I know I have. And before you go, I just want to call out again about our exclusive event promos. Now, the discount on the performer package is only available today, closes at the end of the day, 2359. So do reach out to your account managers very quickly. We have a lot of inquiries coming in at the moment as well. And for our current subscribers, we did not forget about you. You have a $100 voucher that you can use with any 99 Group packages and products. That includes your credits that you can use to refresh your listings and upgrade them to must-see listing that Darius shared with us at the very start of our event. So do get in touch with your account managers as soon as you can. Thank you all so much for joining us at 99 Group's Agent Summit, pushing against the tide and winning the market. And we hope all of you will win the market. Thank you.